EMEA team. They've been pretty successful when it comes to lifting a trophy.
Ya, what's up guys? Lanjut lagi Watch Party Grand Final dari VCT Master Shanghai guys ya. Tadi kan kalau nonton gua ngeliat sedikit kan cuplikan map baru dan ternyata serem ya, map barunya bisa jatuh-jatuh guys ya, mengerikan ya. But anyways, welcome to the stream teman-teman semua, semoga terhibur seperti biasa dan jangan lupa buat kita dukung yang pasti Pasifik dulu guys ya. Kita dukung Pasifik, semoga Pasifik bisa juara guys ya, akhirnya bisa juara kalau bisa ya. Tapi kita nggak tahu teman-teman ya, let's see teman-teman ya. Semoga ya bisa guys, semoga bisa bro. Aku udah liat map barunya bang, banyak jurangnya emang ya guys. Iya kak, banyak jurangnya kak guys.
Surely he will be the tournament MVP.
I mean, he is absolutely in that conversation. He has been absolutely ridiculous thus far. For those
Bancio map baru tapi serem. Iya banyak jurangnya bro, kalau jatuh mati cok.
For his team coming into this event, they have to pick up.
Ini kalau misalnya si tim Heretic nggak sepedas kemarin sih harusnya bisa sih.
Like this. He has over 100 first kills in the tournament, which isn't adjusted for matches, sure, but that's already more than any other duelist player has gotten.
Udah pasang bot buat ngebot belum? Belum. Belum.
We knew this, you know, back in EMEA.
Belum. Banyak yang folded tadi bang, emang ya guys. Kaminya apa sambil grinding ini guys. BCM.
And everything has come to fruition with all the plans that they've changed, and we can see it here on the rankings. He's first on almost every single thing.
Biasanya di mata gue mana vertikal tuh maksudnya lebih tinggi gitu loh guys. ACS nomor 1 Wood anjir. Gila bro, Wood nomor 1 semua cok, gila cok. Ngeri guys, ngeri ya. Lebih vertikal itu lebih banyak bukan bukit siapa sih bilangnya guys. Banyak ini nggak sih, banyak apa sih? Banyak kayak setapan gitu guys, atas bawah gitu guys ya. Keren yo setapan barunya, terima kasih. Ini gue punya TV baru bro, tuh TV baru tuh. Gue punya banyak setapan baru guys, Star guys. Kalau GENG menang ya, kalau GENG menang kita kasih setapan baru. Gue kasih spill nggak sih? Gue lagi belajarnya nambahin efek-efek di OBS bro. Oh pakai baju Paperrex bang, Paperrex gak main. Pedro, enggak, lainnya Pedro guys. Fitur bet dong bang, nanti guys gue belum nambahin botnya, gak ngerti gue soalnya bro. Gak ngerti gue masalahnya, pakai betnya gimana.
It's just very disgusting to see time and time again how he can make this place happen consistently. Do you feel like Texture will be the guy for you for GENG?
Yeah, I think so. I think his op is so scary to play against. We got punished by it multiple times.
There it
is.
Oh no.
That was crazy.
If you had to take your pick, you know, somebody you feel like would make
Ben bukannya harus di Streamlabs ya bang ya? Pakai bot Streamlabs, iya betul baru bisa.
I think Texture for GENG.
I almost lean Woot just because this is his first tournament playing the role and because he's kind of stepped into it so last second. But both these guys are
iya, Woot apa GENG? Woot apa ini guys? Apa Texture guys?
His like individual impact is almost more important for me.
Woot better. Kapan keluar map barunya bang? Kayak new act deh. Map tuh biasa new ini guys.
And if he's not getting those opening kills, he's not finding those opportunities. I think this team's like mid-rounding is a little bit worse off than a squad like Heretics.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the point. If you see a good round from GENG, you're going to be looking at texture. From the side of Heretics, anybody can step up.
Well, I'm glad you guys mentioned Vote because he's standing by with Mika Fabs.
Mika Fabs.
I've got Woot here from Team Heretics. Woot, you have been the talk of the town lately. Can you take us back to when you first found out you were going over to Master Shanghai?
Ya,
What was the pressure like and
Kelo nih Woot nih bro.
knowing that you delivered?
11 Juni bang, 11 Juni. 11 Juni, yakin 11 Juni. Tanggal 11 sudah keluar emang.
I can't describe it. Like you need to live for like understand that. So I'm very excited to play. We will see.
I can feel the excitement from you. Good luck.
Thank you.
I mean, he's excited to play, but the crowd is very excited to see him as well, as we've spoken about in the past.
Kita lihat guys, Wood. Apakah sebenarnya sejago itu guys? Kalau dia benar-benar perform lagi sih gila sih bro. Kalau nyala lagi sih gila dia.
They might even be the new fan favorite.
Oh yeah, and I think that everybody can understand why. Time after time, any of these players are a freaking highlight reel, and in so many rounds, things just look ridiculous.
The way the crowd has gotten behind them is wild to see. They beat
Wood harusnya best player sih bang kalau nggak juara bang. Enggak sih, sekopi lagi bang. Udah aja dibersihin kakak gue ternyata.
to the lowers
And you would think that, you know, that
yeah, you
would
think
work
that would
the other
vilify
way.
them, but instead, all the fans here have gotten on board because they're just a team that is so easy to like when you watch these players play on stage. The vibes, Benji getting up and streaming the energy.
Predict score 3-1 sih kayaknya guys. Kalau misalnya satu tim nyala banget, biasanya bisa 3-1 atau 3-0 malah guys. Tapi kalau sama-sama nyala mungkin 3-2.
Hilarious. They were queuing with texture as well. I feel like this is one of the dream finals. I don't see a world where this kind of atmosphere.
Kalau kata gue guys ya, kata gue.
Happens again. But speaking of this story, Josh, you wanted to talk about this man, Padatech. Let's do it. I've been waiting a long time to talk about him. We heard it from his interview last night. He even said, "I've had to grind for so
Capture
long."
kenapa ditutup guys mic gua? Cek.
I let some opportunities go in the past, and now he's in a grand final. How poetic is that?
It's crazy, and well deserved, honestly. Like from our second match.
Maksudnya 2-2 dulu bang. Asal JJ nggak kalah mental. JJ sih kalau mental gua rasa udah kuat guys ya. Nggak usah dibicarakannya lagi. Kalau mental mah udah kuat guys. Kalau mental mah udah aman guys. Kalau mental dari zaman menurut gua udah aman guys. Sebenarnya kalau mental udah aman banget.
Delivered a 3 result for them.
Paperrex kemana bang? Paperrex lagi liburan.
I'm sorry to make you relive it. I'm sorry.
I mean, time after time, we've been talking about Padatech and the impact that he's had in the team.
Tapi kemarin Padatech tuh ramen sebelumnya jelek banget loh, nggak bohong bro.
He's part of the team. I think that everybody can agree that Heretics is a 6-man roster. They can just be swapping people in and out. But I would be so pissed and so disappointed if people did not pick him up for next year. Pick him up, honestly, because
pick him up now.
He's proven that he can work in any kind of situation, that he can take teams to grand finals at international events, that he's been playing and knows this game inside and out.
What he's done is also unprecedented. The only team who had to sub someone in and make a run at an international tournament who got even close to this deep was Paperrex back in Japan. They were in the lower finals, but now Padatech is in the finals with this Team Heretic squad, and I think has a very real chance to lift a trophy as a player that wasn't even supposed to play.
Yes, so well deserved. But also, I don't know if
So
you guys
well
saw that on your
deserved.
screen. All it took was for Benji to get up from his seat and do a little wave to the crowd, and everybody on that side lost their minds. But why wouldn't you? Benji's been doing so well. He's
Let's go.
and he's great on the server.
I'm just surprised that he still has a voice. Time after time, we see those videos of him screaming, losing it, and yeah, this is this is literally all that you're going to see on camera. If he's not cheering,
Lebih nyambung duelis password Padatech bang. Iya bener. Malah coba-coba malah lebih nyambung mereka ya. Kayak gitu guys. Cuma kita lihat, kita penasaran. Gue mau lihat makanya. Nyala apa di hari ini bro?
Because it seems like even when he's alone on a site, he is so tough to deal with as a player.
Oh yeah, he destroyed us. I mean, I feel like he has a very unconventional style as a Sentinel player. If you compare it to Benji Fishy, like he plays his setups really well. Meteor is willing to break his setup and go for the unexpected frag, and then like fall back. And that sort of playstyle is really pressuring in a stage like this.
He's like the one like Killjoy player that you're gonna see like playing in front of his util, and you're like, okay, he's got a whole plan.
Yeah, why is there? And then he gets 2, and then like what can you do?
It's one of the reasons also, like maps, for example, like Ascent, you know, when we think about Genji's best maps, or even Breeze,
Sure.
you think of Meteor and the impact that he has. It doesn't matter if it's on the
Aku
Killjoy,
telat nggak bang?
he's doing
Nggak saya.
something like playing
Aman,
Killjoy,
aman aja.
or he's just going with your swapping everything around, and again, just merging so well with the rest.
I'm glad.
Minibu siapanya Bu? Adenya. Minibu tuh adenya.
Comp against you yesterday. I wanted to ask you, did that throw you off at all? You know, seeing Benji go from the Cypher to the Killjoy. How much preparation did you make for that?
I mean, it's a comp that we faced a lot. It's been the meta for, I mean, thanks to Fnatic. So, like, we're familiar, like, how to play against that. So, like, it didn't really...
Bang, buruan mulai bang. Belum mulai bro.
But we did expect...
Lihat aja tuh di sebelah kiri TV gua belum mulai bro.
Should do again today just to stick with the new comp that they ran yesterday?
Oh, I think so.
What about you guys?
Yeah, I liked it. I think it looked really well put together. And this is not
Belum mulai, bro. Sabar ya, bro.
switching things up throughout this tournament because of that
Sabar ya, bro.
we've been talking about.
Ya, Bang,
They've had
nyampe
to
cepat apa,
iterate
Bang?
on their
Gua masih
comps
cemilan,
and
guys.
change up ideas, but despite
Basreng
that,
sama
the game
keripik
plans look
dikit, masih ada,
so
tinggal dikit.
thoroughly thought through. I think Boo's calling, like his macro calling on pretty much all of these maps, even when the team is changing, has been so impressive this entire time.
Kayak cepet TV lu bang. Gak serang ada CCTV gitu bang. Yoi.
But I think that yesterday we saw like the last straw of it.
Pedro. Belum mulai gamenya udah Pedro aja guys.
The point where they feel comfortable, where we see, yeah, the changes on split. Maybe the side
Dapat
of the
early
play
access
that
nggak, Bang? Nggak dapat
wasn't
sih
a good
sebenarnya.
idea, but honestly, it didn't look that bad.
I'm down for a vote, Neon. Just the full off.
Yeah.
Give vote on the Neon. But it's time for the result of our MasterCard fan poll. Earlier, we asked you which team is winning it all, and you guys have voted for Genji. What do you guys think about this? Controversial?
Genji.
I mean, they have the double ban. They've been flawless in the tournament so far. I think that people get very, very excited because of how Heretics has made us dream and believe in everything that they're doing on the server. But if you are realistic and you think about Genji and the way that they've been performing, they do deserve to win this.
Ayo, mulai.
There is a lot of things working in their favor.
I mean, they're like guaranteed to get to play.
Wah, masa Spicy main kamu enggak bang? Aku nggak dia. Aku emang streamer kecil guys. Aku streamer kecil. Aku dianggap apa sih guys? Aku streamer kecil guys. Mau gimana guys?
In the series, and then the last map comes around, a map that
streamer kecil mah bisa apa bro?
Bo,
Genji semua guys.
Bring it in. All right, of course. I have not deviated from my Heretics pick this entire tournament. But Josh, you're not on this graphic. Who would you have said?
I gotta go with Heretics.
Wow, Genji semua bro.
Sorry.
I know it hurts to say because I'm Korean. I'm like rooting for the Korean brothers, but like
it's so good.
Heretics after facing them 3 times.
We get it, we get it. You're one of us now. But the wait is finally over. Today, 2 teams will take the stage, but only one can lift the trophy and make history. It's time to bring out your Master Shanghai Grand finalists, Team Heretics and Genji.
Grand final udah mulai kah? Bang, mulai bang, gantian TV-nya bang. Belum, belum mulai guys, tuh masih begitu guys. Mana mulai belum bro? Ini guys, masih trailer. Mau digedein TV-nya? Mau digedein nggak TV-nya bro? Mau digedein nggak TV-nya bro?
프로를 하고 싶으시다면
된다 또.
좀 많은 것들을 버려야 돼요. 그러니까 이게 무슨 말이냐면 이제
Wah, gila Genji.
놀지 않아야 되고 그리고 자기의 어떻게 하면 게임을 늘려갈 수 있을지.
Gak usah Pedro bang. Apa? Apa guys? Apa? Gak usah Pedro.
원하는데 이게 다른 일까지 집중을 하게 되면은 사실 프로를 추천드리지는 않습니다.
Belum mainnya udah dikasih curse ya, bro.
Thinking we were gonna win. The journey we've gone through in Shanghai, it's like a movie.
Mercedes-Benz Arena, show some love to Patek. How does that feel, Patek?
That's amazing. That's the best thing in my life.
Gelo Patitek, bro.
Well, really rough for me. I was struggling like mentally.
Suruhan Pedro yang kemarin cuman coy, yang 4, Pedro 4. Apa sih Pedro 4?
I think I learned a lot from that, and in my opinion, people need to go through bad times to appreciate.
Gue sambil main BCM kan, apa kan gue harus main BCM.
What a moment for Team Heretics, a 3-0 to make their way.
Pedro 4, apa sih Pedro 4, cok?
I always dreamed of people cheering for me. I always take a deep breath, and I appreciate where I am right now.
For Heretics, the journey, the story, it is not yet.
Pedro 4 anjing.
Finishing touches on this. GENG pick up right where they left off.
사실 마드리드 때랑은 조금 다른 분위기.
Dia lebih emang si GENG di Master ini lebih kuat sih, bro. Lebih rapi, bro.
On an incredible match. 13-10.
Bang, kok nggak ikut show match, bang? Babi anjing.
실력이지만 이제 멘탈이 조금 문제라고 생각을 했었거든요. 근데 국제전 이번에 상하이 들어와서 그 부분이 완벽히 해결된 것 같아서.
They are back. Keren finds it.
Babi banget, cok. Teman-teman gua, cok, anjing emang.
To back grand finals.
사실 제 이 젠지를 가장 마지막 멤버로
GENG.
근데 제가 이 팀 들어오고 처음 연습을 했을 때 느꼈던 건 정말 제가 지금까지 만나봤던 팀원들 중에 가장 잘하는 팀원들인 것 같다라고 느꼈었어요.
For GENG, they've always seemed like a different
Yang khawatir Wood lagi prime kayak Demonon, bang. Let's see, let's see.
The consistency has been unbelievable, and they are on the precipice.
Selamat, bro. Ya kan lagi video, bro.
역시 챔피언이라는 소리를 들으면 페이커 선수가 제일 먼저 생각이 나는 것 같아요. 저희 한국 e스포츠계 전설이자 이제 발로란트계 페이커도
Perak nggak dapat slot champion nggak, bang? Harusnya tetap dapat sih, guys. Sudah lumayan banyak, guys, soalnya ininya.
발로란트의
Poinnya lumayan tinggi ya.
그런 좋은 사람으로.
Gua nggak sabar lihat T1 sih ada stuck gimana, guys. Wow! We gonna stay away.
GENG, you guys had an easy run for the tournament.
We gonna stay away. Hello, bro.
저희가 이제 상하이의 최종 보스입니다. 재밌게 해보자고요.
Wih, apa nih, bro?
欢迎来到无畏契约上海大师赛决赛的现场。
Apa nih, bro?
GENG TX 历经层层考验和挑战，
哎
从瑞士轮一路过关斩将，闯进了总决赛的舞台。今晚战意觉醒，他们将向最终的冠军奖杯
好了，
最后的冲击。
紧张是不是？
就让我们有请进入到决赛的两支战队登场。
Suara twist udah gede, suara twist kocak.
是的，在上一次马德里他们是隐恨在了决赛，他们没有能够拿下那个 BO5，而这一次上海大师赛对于GENG来说又一次要遭遇 BO5，可能 BO3没有队伍能够阻止他们。
Kecil FT udah kecil kocak.
最后的一场比赛，
太平洋赛局火种依旧延续，他们就是GENG。
Kelo Texture. Bajunya kurang banget. Lucky. Monskin. Meteor. Kelo, guys. Ryuji. Kalian kesel nggak? Lihat gue.
Team Heretics
要怎么样的结局才能够配得上这样的开局，这样流光溢彩，这样的高歌猛进？
Tim Heretics nih bro. Topi kemana guys?
开始所有，
让我们把最热烈的掌声给到这一场的胜者，来自于
EMEA 的 Team Heretics
Party Time
Ryuji nih, nama sih bawa boneka dia. Sumpah Musa suruh gua kecilin mukanya udah. Udah kecil kan mukanya kan? Wah, boleh banget kalian kok.
It's the second time this year GENG will have an
Gela,
opportunity
let's
to
go,
lift
grand
this
final.
trophy. They let it slip in Madrid, but this time around, all they need to do
Map.
is to get past Team
Peta
Heretics.
mapnya Bind
The
Sunset,
only
okay.
team that's
Breeze,
ever made the
Icebox,
grand
Ascent,
final
Lotus
with a
Split,
stop.
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
As we look at the maps, we do not see surprises. Bind is gonna go out, especially after the latest adaptations from Team Heretics. And Sunset is somewhere where GENG just does not want to face them. Breeze is going to be
Kalian
the
udah
first
siap
one in.
belum guys? Kita dukung GENG guys, kita dukung GENG ya guys ya. Dukung GENG sekarang guys, dukung GENG sekarang, oke?
They have also been pretty much, undefeated thus far in this tournament. And you also have an Icebox and Lotus where they've shown to be competitive.
I mean, let's talk about this Breeze right off the bat, Josh. I think we all expected it to come up in the first 3 maps. What do you make of this, and who do you think this favors?
I think GENG has a strong Breeze, but I feel like Heretics will come out with a really strong game plan to play against a no Sentinel Breeze. So.
Dan jangan lupa guys, GENG bisa masuk final pasti banget karena top up di bagaming.com karena dijamin VIP termurah se-Indonesia dan dapat kuda voucher kalau pakai kode Rio guys, oke?
They have not played it yet in the tournament, and that adaptation cannot come from one day to another because this is the last day. They have to come in with a new plan, but they knew they were going to be in this exact situation. They knew the Breeze was going to be coming up on today's matchup rather sooner than later. GENG was prepared. I want to know what Heretics has cooked for this one though.
And there's a lot of options right now on what to play on Breeze. You can still play the default KO Sova comps that have been around forever. You can play the variations with the solo Yoru, or you can go ahead and steal something like the GENG comp. There's a lot of options, and I think if they have a strong game plan, especially like you're mentioning, against that no Sentinel, no Cypher comp, there's a lot of potential here for them to get an upset early in the series.
And what people have to remember is, of course, Wu had to move to the duelist. It's not something he's ever played before. He has. And looking at the other players, Patetech was an infamous duelist back on G2. He was great in that role. Rias can play the duelist as well. In fact, I think they all can except for
It's
Boo.
just a very flexible team. Most of these guys have played a ton of different roles.
I don't expect Boo to fill in that role. I think he's the only person I wouldn't. But Josh, if this was you, your team, and you knew that you had to play Breeze, would you want to stick to the same comp and just move somebody onto that Yoru or do something completely different?
Okay.
I feel like I would just put Woot on Jet.
And just go with a single?
Yeah. I feel like
Kenapa
the rest of the
namanya
playbook would
Cina
be
itu
kinda similar. Of course, you don't have
pakai
the
baju
cross
baru
map
guys.
TPs, but you know the playmaking on Woot just.
Let's go.
In the lower finals was absolutely incredible. The amount of first kills, the amount of early engagements he was saying, the pure confidence that the kid plays with is ridiculous.
Let's go guys.
He can even bring an iota of that into today.
Oh my goodness.
Yoru Meteor,
Because
okay?
he's locking that Jet.
It's a Sky
Jet
as
Pro.
well.
I mean, I thought that we were going to see another debut coming from Wood just playing on the Euro, but as you're saying, he's sticking to the Jet. Patetech is
Oh,
on
Team
the
Heretics,
Sky. Knowing
Breeze-nya
also how
jelek ya,
comfortable
guys,
he is
ya?
with the KO, how
Oke.
much experience he has
Oke.
with the agent. Are you surprised that he goes with the Sky?
I think the approach is that they want to use these little drones and dogs to try to scout out as much info as possible and try to find a way to crack into Genji's defense.
Guys, mana suaranya buat Genji? Mana suara buat Genji?
Final best of 5. Show some love to your casters.
Yang dukung TH pulang aja pulang, dukung TH pulang aja pulang.
2 teams remain, and there's only room for one. Legends will be born on this stage behind us, and a sold-out Mercedes-Benz Arena will bear witness. A best-of-5 Dre to decide who's the best in the world. It does not get any better than this.
Genji have been given a glimpse of greatness before, and they fell
Polling
short.
nggak sih bang? Polling boleh
Today,
polling.
they play up against the contenders in the arena with a Woot who has been redefining, reshaping what it means to be a prodigy in the world of Valorant.
All that remains.
Guys, polling.
Blades brandish, shields will shatter as we kick things off on Breeze. Heretics on the attacking side.
Let's go. Oke, drone mulai dibuka. Rien sudah bisa ngedrone karena di shock dart rupanya guys ya.
Such a disappointing finish.
Oke, Recon dimasukkan, Recon tidak mengentrek siapa-siapa. VCT masuk pelan-pelan, dan dapat side. Langsung di plan kah? Dapat Recon, terdeteksi sebanyak 5 orang di situ. Oke, easy bro.
Incredible pistol round from the start for Genji already.
Easy guys ya. Kira susah bro, itu gampang guys.
But they were not afraid to fight that backside area as a team, as a unit. Lakia just lining up the shots right here. A job well done for the side of Genji to start things off.
Those are big moments that you want to get on the board early on. You know, we often
Let's go guys. Let's go. Lakia 2 kill, Texture ada. Wes, gila bro.
Your will get tested, the depth of your strategy book can potentially get exposed. Texture's the one who's getting tested.
Wow! Jet diff.
And of course, dipping in for a second,
Jet diff.
But wisely decides to take a step back.
He was an imminent threat already. Not landing every shot he's taking, but just the pressure alone, making Heretics have to slow the round down.
It's enough of a threat. We saw Texture with the Marshall, you see a Guardian.
Oh, mainnya begitu aja guys ya, buka pintu, main di hall 1 buat ngepick MN-nya guys.
Silent creep up all around the mid area of the map. Once contact gets made in this mid door, that's going to be the key for Boo to creep on up.
Yelah. B banget lu bro. B banget lu bro. PC, bentar lupa naikin.
There's not many options right now for the side of Heretics.
Not at all.
Yeah, they have all the mid space. So at least they'll have some info of how Genji like to play some of these default setups of 3-2s for future anti-ecos. As I say that, a rain of fire.
Tutup cok, kamera gue cok.
30 seconds left.
Guardian on the other side.
Dah.
Can Heretics convert on this? Can they already?
Dah guys.
There's a flank.
Getting caught. The spike
Easy bro.
Patek's classic. The only thing standing between Genji and
Kecilinnya kan ngoceh mulu bangsat.
It's a big ask early on.
Dah ya tuh.
And there's just no way for Patek to get this. He's not even going to be able to get this spike in time. He's just looking for anything that he can find, daring, wanting a fight, wanting to die. It wasn't the way he wanted to go, but he will go down. So Genji get their second.
Salvation for Genji.
Kemarin kayaknya lebih gede kan nggak ngoceh, sekarang gede dikit ngoceh cok bangsat.
But even at the end there, the little things that are going to take us the distance, Doug. They give the kill to Lakia there.
Aman aja bro.
Kalau
begini sih kita aman aja guys ya. Jadi kemungkinan besar sih ini bonusnya dapat juga guys. Ya nggak sih? Jangan banyak guys.
For the first gun round of Team Heretics.
Bonus dapat tenang sih bro. OP bro, tekstur bro. Tapi B-nya banyak sini. Wow, itu dia.
Picks everywhere on the map, left and right. That operator got online too. And yet again, a 5v3.
Oh, it's looking to double dip. Benji Fishy posted up on half wall.
Wow, itu dia. Kalame bro. Itu dia.
Flawless in your first gun round. When you imagine that you're playing for a grand final, this is not how you envision it to start.
Nerves can definitely be a factor in high-pressure moments like this. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. Just
Menang modus kan, lu nggak percaya sama gue guys?
One by one
Nggak
across
percaya
the
sama gue
map.
guys, kalau menang modus mah udah aman aja bro.
B main on Woot. There's A main from Texture with that operator. And then as well, just the solo peaks. B main.
Punya gitu bang, Krote Krot library. Tak kalau janji menang satu map kita party guys, Ya, berarti
Hope and
udah.
pray that the round will come to a conclusion without being detected, and hopefully carry that Vandal into the next round.
But they're on the prowl. They're hunting him. And it's because their economy is going to be flourishing no matter what. Why not? Here comes first contact.
Bloodhounds with nose to the ground, trying to hunt him down. Benji Fishy feeling all the
Banyak banget tuh diserang.
The blood will be drawn.
Nice,
Nice
guys. Let's go.
Just dialed in is GENG right now. Starting off strong as ever. Just a pixel meteor. The original member of this roster.
Kayak jet gua sumpah.
He's been a part of the team since 2022. And he opened things up onto Woot of all players.
Yeah, to think about how influential Woot has been in getting this team to this point.
Aman guys.
Oftentimes putting together plays that
Masa. Kayak beneran kayak gua bro. Iko lagi kan 4-0 sih bro.
Challenging convention. You expect for if Heretics are going to have a really good shot at this, he's got to be online. Of course, he is the first out onto the site, finding cover in the smoke, and now striking onto Munchkin. But Texture and Meteor again. He's not able to control the spray though. Benji Fishy lit up. He's standing and will need a similar.
Easy, bro.
And it was actually a beautiful exact from Team Heretics onto the site. But what was that shot from Texture? He meant to flick Woot, I believe, on the site.
Easy, bro.
Rians with a wall bang.
You take what you can get, right? I mean,
100%.
Take a look at that play one more time.
Look at this. This was ridiculous. Oh my.
Huh?
Count your lucky stars.
Just obliterated the opposition in Meteor as well. 7-2 right now.
It's an excellent start. A timeout called by Heretics. Down 4 early in this best of 5. Again.
Gua nonton di kamar terus lampunya matiin sampai makan popcorn bang yuk. Gelo.
And GENG, they had a hard time in the beginning of
Kiri
this
atas
tournament.
facecam gua ketutupan dong bro. Gak bisa bro.
Seemed like they would always drop the first map every now and then.
Mana ada map bro, ada map kocak.
Went full steam ahead with no signs of stopping. They found out what the problem was. They fixed
Let's
it.
go Genji, let's go.
And they're vibing right now.
Malah kena yang backside ya OP ya tadi kocak banget.
Inside of Heretics, I imagine their coach is just telling them, yo, guys, slow and steady wins the race. Take a deep breath, it's not over. Get your bearings.
Kill kawannya, aduh bacot banget sumpah guys kalian guys, bawel kalian sumpah. Bisa nggak sih jangan bawel guys?
Heretics with help on the way through their ults, but and it's been a dreadful start so far. We'll see how things look on the other side of this timeout.
Gue taruh tengah mau nggak taruh di crosshair? Gue yang nggak tutupin
It'll be the
anjing.
second gun round for Heretics, and they need this one bad, Doug. They need this one really bad.
Meteor's getting active already, taking so much space, and then TPing away, feeling a lot of pressure that's heading B. When you hear the drone come out, you know there's help that's needed, and of course Meteor arrives on the scene at just the right time.
Just some spam through the smoke, seeing some of the tracers on the other end, but Munchkin,
ngambek.
He gets plucked out by that Sova dart.
Where do they go off of this, though? They don't really have space anywhere on the map. Meanwhile, you look at the mini-map, Texture's already taken caves.
He's just gonna dial in on this angle, get any type of early info here. You imagine a jump spot coming through from the side of Heretics.
Or they just swing into it.
Swing in, surely they'll get taken out. We're gotta find out right now.
Mati di bro, mati.
What? There's the jump spot. A little leg shown. And now they think twice about it. This is a brutal spot for Heretics. They know that the Yoru just ulted on B. They've already gotten picked off on the other side. You know there's an op towards A. Much like we saw in the pistol round, Dre, there's not a lot of safe space here.
30 seconds left.
They are picking the right site.
Gak bisa masuk teh abang, iya benar.
The Skydog into A site, but it's not getting the value required, I don't think. There's 3 players of GENG here.
Lakia with an opportunity to make a massive play. Meanwhile, Texture on the other side, he was overwhelmed, but Meteor again delivers. Woot's left in a 1v2 with 10 seconds left. He's got the spike in hand. He's got to commit to getting it down low. And with 5 HP.
Nggak mungkin dong. Woot menang dong.
A little bit of spray will take you down. But Woot looking to find some success for Heretics, and he just can't either.
Easy, bro!
A ferocious start for GENG.
A beautiful round for GENG. Meteor opening up the entry once more on that B site, just getting a spam kill this time.
Easy, bro. Gila, easy banget, bro.
And then what do? I mean, you're just stuck. You want to run into Texture's operator. He's going to take you out too. I mean, look at that. It's just the tracers onto Benji Fishy.
And that's not the first time we see him do that either. Those little spams through the orb, A main, have just been so clean for Meteor. I mean, he's 10-3 right now.
Yeah, he's dominating the server right now.
And we expected Texture to be the guy, right? We talk so much about Texture and how he's going to be the answer to Woot and who's going to be able to challenge this
Gila, Meteor 10 kill, bro.
Meteor who's just taking the show. Play it online. Op shot rattles off. Doesn't connect. But can Woot find any success with his ult?
Saw how deadly he could be in that last series. That icebox clip is one for the books.
I don't think GENG are interested in reading it, though. Look at Munchkin, again, getting active. And again, it's Meteor who capitalizes. More than halfway to his ult again.
Sky-nya kurang guna, bang. Iya, Sky-nya kayak nggak efek banget ya.
He just had it in the previous round, too.
Woot kalau nggak dapat sih susah sih. Woot harus dapat sih. Kalau menang Woot harus dapat 1 minimal.
Yeah, and they need to find a way to get some sort of success going, get some confidence going. Maybe it's in the hands of Woot, but something to kind of get yourself out of these stumbling blocks that you've slammed into every single round so far. Maybe it's Rian's, but now Texture showing that he can do a bit of his own. The blade.
Hey, Jadis!
It's just Boo now in a classic at that distance. Excuse me, a Sheriff. Maybe can deal a little bit of damage, but not even that. A 6-0 lead for GENG. Heretics have already called the timeout.
And knife for knife.
Gila suara. Nah, sepi banget, bro. Penontonnya diam deh, anjing.
It wasn't too crazy. Texture had the updraft still. But still, moments like that, they sink into your head.
Miss banyak tuh gue.
Nice control, nice poise from Texture in that backside A.
Ternyata kicap gini, guys.
Menace on A main. Just now we're seeing
kalau dia mati dukung TH, bang. Iya, kayak dukung TH semua dah. Gue doang dukung GENG, bro.
He's now enabled. They're scared of Meteor. The duo in tandem just switching sites, switching positions.
I'd be scared of him too.
Especially with this little off angle he's holding, waiting for anybody to creep on up, walk right into the crosshair. Benji Fishy doesn't want none of that.
Woot just shot an
Oke, Woot OP. Kita lihat guys ya. Kenceng apa dia.
Clear the drone. So now they know, at least they have a better understanding of what's on the other side. Woot wasn't able to find anything going on.
Baru ada Pak Ape.
Maybe the op will tell a different
Pak Ape itu centang ya guys ya. Guys, Pak Ape itu centang. Mana ada kocak. Pak Ape palsu. Nah lagi juga Pak Ape itu namanya Adrian Paulin. Kocak.
Now he's got the TP towards A.
Dog and Halls will get some value, but it's going to be the fight in mid that's going to be the deciding factor in this round, and Boo comes out on top.
Oke, dapat 2. Oke, apakah menang guys?
Heretics putting together a round, and it's about time. They've got plenty of money.
Oke, dapat 1 lumayan.
I can't imagine Texture goes for a 1v5 here. They're handing over the spike to Boo so he can get the spike down, get the ult online, carry that into the next round.
Spike planted.
There you go, success found.
And they're in a tough spot right now because you want to hunt. It's a 5v1. But if you drop all your weaponry right now, you're not going to have much left in the tank. You're going to have a scrappy buy, light armors.
You almost can't afford to.
Gila, Krote benar-benar ini ya guys ya, benar-benar berpelas tengah hilak ya. Karena GENG ada masalah kan sama
maybe
China.
That's when they decide to cut their losses. But as I say that, it does seem like Heretics are getting a little bit active. You've got the dart that just hit backside.
Musuh bebuyutan China, cok, kalau di LOL guys ya, Kak.
He wasn't there. Benji Fishy's also on the prowl. This is risky. When you're down this big, every dollar counts. And I don't think Texture knows. It's tough when you have so many angles you have to clear.
Oh. Of course he knows.
Guess is it just the right time? So
It's okay, kasih satu guys, kasih satu guys, it's okay. Jangan pusing, jangan pelit, kasih satu, nggak apa-apa.
really anything crazy. They won
Yang penting
their
masih bisa,
individual
bro, oke?
fights on different areas across the map. That bodes well.
Yeah, it was a slow and controlled round from them. It was the dog through halls that kind of distracted members of Gen G and allowed everybody else to creep on up forward. Boo in that mid-orb fight, that was his first kill of the round. So you're 100% correct. The fan favorites, they take the first round for themselves.
Gen G still with the Kozu lead, and Op still in the hands of Texture. Wood has his own.
Way more aggressive this time around is Texture.
That trip will keep him at bay.
Okay, rotate.
And the toggle's right on cue.
Wah, Anya masuk nih, guys. Anya rame, bro.
I think Heretics are reading into the fact that Texture has been opting towards this B main area.
Streamer soundboard bacot.
Like he has been doing the last, what, like, first 5 rounds of the
nggak bacot.
So the macro game of Heretics are starting to understand how Gen G are set up, and it's kind of been giving them the advantage, at least in that last round.
Okay. Apakah bisa, guys? Apakah bisa?
They're going to have to reckon with the 2 Astra Stars that are sitting at their feet.
I've got your trail.
But the Seekers invested, the wall goes up, and they've decided this is where they want to dance. This is where they want to try to find some success. Locky with the Hunter's Fury out. It's going to be traded in kind by Rians, but they're starting to get the kills they need. They've gotten 2. Karen's still trying to dance around the site. Keep a close eye on the minimap. Benji Fishy has gotten all the way up, and he might be able to cause problems. Now going through the door, Texture stuck on the outside, still lands a shot onto Boo. And now a 2v2 as the spike goes down.
Hawk out.
That flash is so good.
Dapat info dia.
Munchkin has to wait for Texture to join the party. He's so weak, 30 HP, no armor. And Heretics in a really nice spot here, digging their heels into the site. But with
Ya anjing, Crowdnya ngasih tahu, bro.
Genji do, Munchkin falls. That's the weak one that's left. Does anyone swing the op? Yes, it does, and it doesn't matter.
Kasih tahu, bro, ini, bro.
As Heretics get their second.
2 rounds in a row now for Team Heretics. And the deciding factor was the layered utility. Seekers, Dog, Dart comes out. Even the late drone that they still had from Marians at the end there.
Yeah, and the Sobol too.
Yep. So much follow-up utility to just smother everybody playing on the actual A site. And then the confidence coming back into the hands of Patatek, swinging into the Oppo Texture, who has been an absolute freak this map so far.
Oke, guys, wake up. Genji satu lagi, guys. Jangan kasih lagi, tuh 2 aja kasihnya, bro.
And now they're reading the map really well. Boo is doing a good job of IGLing. Once more, not hitting the site where the operator is at.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they can see through the walls as soon as the op switches back over to A. Heretics a step ahead of it.
Kenny, ada Kenny, guys. Kenny G2, bro.
Look, a different approach.
I think a lot of people out there, myself included, get so blinded by the fact that Heretics have these shooters, have these stars, that Turkish aim and whatnot. But they don't understand the level of macro these guys play at. They actually read the map really well. Their coaching staff does a really good job of prep.
Find some cover, Texture. They're looking for you.
And that's info gathered that the op is confirmed at A main. He's not pushed off of that line, though.
Oh! And he gets dropped by Rians.
I'd love to see that one back.
Yeah. And again, Heretics finding success early in the round.
Nice ke B,
Another
ke B aja lu.
advantage. Surely he doesn't take his TP, right? That's a second one he sent down there. The first one was a fake. That's a fake too. That's enough to slow you down and make you think twice about it. But Heretics now wanting to go B. Can they get past Munchkin? The spam is good onto the first and onto the second.
Nice. Benji dapat taruh. Oh, kan, ini kan. Wah, gelo, guys. Meteor, guys. Meteor, gelo, bro. Meteor, bro.
What was that from Meteor? The run and gun on the first kill consolidates his aim, secures the second. He's here to win it all, man.
Careful now.
Oh, Meteor caught by the trip. Benji Fishy showing that he can wield the op as well. But Genji will get to 7.
14-6. Second Yoru ult online and available.
Gila, Meteor kenceng banget, bro. Sumpah, bro. Lihat dah.
Here's that entry. Oh my gosh. Texture didn't even stand a chance, but it was the B anchors, the B setup, that clone following up.
Wah, speed transfernya, bro. Bagus banget, Jir.
Smelling blood in the water.
Into the next we go. Op still in the hands of Woot.
Cutting through.
Carried over by Benji Fishy. Boo has his pit. Maybe they play around that here. That's just so tough when you think about Meteor's ult. It's such a good counter to that. Shot delivered.
Woi, ngapain bro?
Dash still on mine. Halfway through. Heretics again have the door slammed in their faces, but Riens continues to push.
And it's just a freeze to the round now.
Kalau nge-kill dia sepi banget tuh, nggak ada suara, Cok.
Grouping up, Bomb is alone in halls. But he's going to be met by the force of Lakia.
Aduh, ini kasihan
Does
banget.
he wait for his teammates to come up mid-door?
He's quietly put together a really nice map so far.
Nice, Karon!
Rien's getting close line on the other side. Boo not allowed to get into the site as the door gets toggled once more. They have found some passage out, but they still haven't gotten the main objective down. That's a big swing out from Boo as Lakia falls. Can he find anything else as he pushes around? What a shot from Karen. Another 3 for him as Genji gets A.
By GVC nge-whiff, Cok.
Finessing around backside A, protecting his teammate who was stuck stairs. There was the distraction again for Genji. They make you look at so many different angles as you're entering into these sites. And this mid, in the beginning, Meteor got contact from the tunnel, sent the clone up, while Texture was holding his elbow the entire time. And at the end here, Karen, the spray control, looking so good.
We haven't talked
Karon
about
Halilintar nih, Bos. Kenapa Karon Halilintar, hey?
Well, everyone on the side of Genji is delivering.
Ya, udah timeout lagi, bro.
This 8-2 score. That's what leads to Heretics calling their second time out of the map in round
1-0
11.
nggak sih, bro? Mapnya siapa, Bang? Ini mapnya Genji.
This isn't a map that Heretics play often. And when they do, I mean, I think it's, what, like a Neon or Yoru comp that they normally run, but they have to go for the Jet here because they have Woot, who has been, I mean, absolutely astonishing this entire
Ini
tournament.
rame banget ya, sampai atas-atas tuh, guys. Sampai atas-atas ramenya, bro. Gelo ya.
So I don't blame him for going on to this Jet pick. But the Sky, it's not getting as much value as I'm sure Heretics thought it would get going into this matchup, going into this series. Keep in mind, it is only the first half. Maybe they got some things cooked up on the defensive side.
Genji 3 over Heretics.
Wah, Genji 3-0, gila.
One of the few in the crowd who are pulling for them. But
stage-nya bagus, Bang. Bagus banget sebenarnya stage-nya,
The
bro.
way it looks so far, Genji look incredible. I think we've got to mention
Masalah Genji di China tuh kurang, guys. Dia apa sih? Ada inilah, ada musuh bebuyutan gitulah dari e-sport, guys. Dari zaman e-sport LoL ya.
12-4 for Texture. The op still online. Currently posted up A. This Molly, as soon as Munchkin can get some contact, does such a good job of delaying.
Yeah, it's just to deny any rush off the barrier. That allows time for that Yoru TP to go all the way in the back of B side. So if they do actually commit, he can be there. There can be a third member there. As all that's happening, Lakia gets info on Benji Fishy and Halls. A triple shot dart bounce. That's not something you see every day.
No, I thought that thing was going to soar right past him.
He's got the angles down, the geometry.
Heretics quietly leaning towards A. Remember, Texture has his op.
Oke, kalau Texture dapat satu udah cukup, guys. Kayaknya bakal di drone deh.
Another opportunity for him to strike into the hearts of Heretics once more.
Someone needs to break his dart.
A quick step back. Fox the dash. The flash through. Meanwhile, Boo's the one that falls. Texture gets the best of Woot again. He's had his number the entire time.
Gak bisa masuk mereka, bro. Anjir.
Genji are obliterating Heretics on this half.
And the setups, they're just shining so bright right now for Genji.
Gak bisa masuk, guys.
Smoke comes out in main off the
Drone-nya ada yang TE. Anjingnya ada yang nembak.
Nobody from Heretics
Anjingnya ada yang nembak. Rikonnya ada yang nembak. Siapa yang mau cari info, guys? Gak bisa, bro.
I mean, it's just too hard to entry against a comp like this. You have to try to bait out some of this Astra utility early on. Maybe catch him on a cooldown. Maybe catch him so he doesn't have that suck available or the stun. And just like that, Meteor is slowly Texture is slowly creeping up to Meteor's score. 16 kills for
mereka
Meteor,
utilnya jalan
14
banget,
for
bro.
Texture.
Nah, apa sih? Counter utilnya banyak banget. Walaupun mereka bisa nge-record atau
on this B site, Meteor is here to support.
Munchkin has gotten so much value here as well. I mean, forget about the dastardly duo of Meteor and Texture. Look at the value that Munchkin can provide, that Karen can provide. Another kill found. Patatech and Boo have to try to make something of this.
One enemy
But they've got them cornered. They've got them
Spike
surrounded.
down, B.
They know where they are. They're on the hunt. GENG get to 10.
Gue bilang guys,
Firing from all
2-10
cylinders,
guys.
GENG.
2 doang. 2
Every
is
single
all
member
they
pulled
get
their
guys
part,
ya.
doing their part in this. It was up to the controllers.
Amalnya guys,
here,
ini
the double
GENG
A.
guys. Ini tim yang gue
Meteor
dukung
TP'd in.
walaupun
He
gak ada
didn't have
penonton
to.
yang dukung ini guys ya. Tenang aja bro. Semangat GENG. Kita percaya kekuatan para petenar tim pasti akan mendukung lo.
And what a wild ride he's had. We've actually got an Omen player moment standing by as we get to pick his brain a little bit right now.
I'm from GENG Sports, 라키야. G2가 로터스를 굉장히 좋아하는 맵인 걸 알고 있었고, 그리고 굉장히 좋은 전적이 있었던 맵이었기
tapi nggak ada suara penonton ngantuk juga ya.
했던 것 같고요. 저희는 예상을 했었고, 저희의 이제 로터스를 다시 제대로 보여줬던 차례가 됐었던 것 같습니다. G2 전에 상대가 매우 따라오는 게 힘들었었는데 이번에는 그런 일 없도록 저희가 더 신경 써서 잘하고 저희의 퍼포먼스를 더 보여드리겠습니다.
It would seem as G2 look to keep themselves in this half. Munchkin finding 2 quick kills, however. Suddenly starts answering back. Still 2 rifles in play. Wide swing out. Lead taken down. Munchkin finds 1. Hunter's Fury out. Icy. The tap on. Munchkin on the swing. Bails them out.
Gelo.
테르틱이 현재
Jangan udah 3-0 bang, baru datang kopinya memang ya guys.
팀중 하나고요.
Gila nih bagus banget map kontrolnya dia di Breeze. Bener kan kok Aliong, bener kan?
AJG bagus banget map
Gue juga ngeliatnya sih begitu ya. Bagus banget coba map kontrolnya guys.
유럽
Kan juga merasa itu guys. Iya emang bagus banget bro, nggak bohong.
지역들을 만나게 되는데
Map kontrolnya tuh di Breeze itu
상대들로 이제 이겨서
kayak bener-bener si TH itu nggak bisa dapat celah sedikit pun guys. Terus util yang mereka keluarkan guys buat masuk saat itu selalu di counter ditembak, anjing ditembak, drone ditembak, recon ditembak, gila bro.
What a tumultuous journey he's been on.
Ngeri bro, ngeri.
First half, Dre, he's quietly putting together a very impressive game. He mentioned in the interview there, he just wants to have a good game in the finals. And Lakia, my brother,
What the fuck bisa gini? Bisa dong.
A 10-2 half for GENG. What a start.
Yeah, the toughness of GENG.
Pusing TH, pusing bro ya. TH udah masih pusing ya, udah masih pusing dia. Ya.
They started off, I think, the season like with only one win. They were 1-3. They brought it back.
Ya.
Made it all the way here to Shanghai, and now this is the half that they just seem to just own teams on. This is where they thrive on this attacking side of Breeze. Munchkin calls such a good game here with this
Kita attack ya guys ya,
Astra.
attacknya Meteor Jet sih harusnya kenceng ya guys ya.
In the mid round, usually.
Sure.
And slow starts like this, always. This is the bread and butter for them.
Yeah, Patatech invested the dog at the beginning of the round, spotted where Keren was. And it seems like GENG want to lean back into it anyway, knowing that they've been spotted on some of the presence. I love this call. You make the Viper wall go up A. It suggests a split going through double.
Udah Paperrex udah.
Sell the damn
What?
Benji Fishy falls, but look at where the spike is. Look at where the rest of GENG are. All attention turning towards B. They're going to waltz in, and Munchkin might win the round by himself on the other side. 3 kills found. He's a man on a mission.
No one can connect on him. He's like Neo.
Here.
And now he just holds bottom mid by himself. I mean, you're right. He 100% won the round by himself, but either way, the macro game went in favor of GENG this entire round. What can Boo and Rians do to consolidate, do anything? But Munchkin with 4, the IGL.
Not able to deliver on the ace. What a gift that would have been, but Lakia cleans it up. GENG get to 11.
Ini ngapain TH bro?
Not finding really anything else on the second half either.
The slowest of starts for Team Heretic.
TH ngapain jir?
I mean, their aim isn't even there right now. They need to just start getting any type of rounds they can. Any type of gun duels. I mean, Munchkin, he should be dying here for sure. But good on him with the movement that he had. The little left and rights with the Sheriff. It could be so powerful. I mean, 2 body shots. He gets a headshot there through the wall. But either way, Munchkin set that round up perfectly.
Easy banget bro ini bro.
The call was exceptional. The execution was somehow even sweeter. You gotta go back to the tail of the tape as we put together this beautiful story of texture up against Wood and.
Ini Breeze-nya TH kayak Paperrex jelek gitu guys. Ya nggak sih?
Wood is
TH yang
currently
jago
sitting
banget
for
itu
a drive
guys.
or something like that. Meanwhile, Texture and
Woi,
Meteor, we've sung
dua
the
kah?
praises so many
Rian?
times. The song has got to be like a leaky faucet in the minds of Heretics.
Oke, 2, 3. Oh, nice.
But they might be able to close this thing.
Winnable, winnable.
At least this round. They've got a pretty big numbers advantage. Lucky and Meteor, the only two alive. They've dealt with one of this two-headed beast in Texture, but Meteor still healthy. Now taking some damage. Feeling a lot of the pressure. He will get cleaned up by Wood. Leaving Lucky alone. A Guardian.
Throwing. Itu throwing guys ya. Itu throwing. Oke. Itu throwing.
For Team Heretics. GENG, they did a good job early on using the drone, getting the info on a site.
Throwing kalau itu guys ya.
But Rians, he opened it up for his
Malah
team.
mati 4, Cok.
That Sheriff headshot right off the rip. That allows Woot to come in with that Marshall, just get a bunch of tags on players, make it actually a fair fight for players that are using the Sheriff. All of a sudden, all you need to do
Nggak ada
is get a
util
body
tuh dia.
shot.
Hit a couple there.
Yeah. That was a nice one.
It's big for Woot. That's big for Heretics.
We actually got this. The vibes are still good, so if you're a Heretics fan out
Pedro,
there,
apa sih Pedro? Kenapa sih dapat Pedro kalian guys?
it's not too dim, not too gloom. Maybe they can yet sing a song.
Bisa. Santai guys.
The same dog we saw from the previous round.
Gila ini suara penonton apa ya?
This time a little jump spot. Has to be really careful about trying to get out now. You know he's gonna have to do that 2-3 times and then still not really feeling safe about it.
As all this is happening, there's been a complete walk down through middle.
They're all here. Munchkin can't settle the shots with the Sheriff.
Hampir kena kepalanya tuh.
Decent damage done. So a little worse for wear. It's 3-2 on an elbow. Doesn't get much info. Benji just missing the timing. For good reason. But Meteor is giving a good reason for GENG to potentially steal this round away.
Tech on the exchange though. Oh, he's tagged him. I wonder if he can hit the spam. No. Camera spotting 2, spotting 3. Utility cleared, but space gained from GENG.
Mereka udah ready guys, tapi guys di situ guys.
These are the scary moments when GENG gets onto this B site and Texture has this Guardian. He can really activate.
They're down in numbers, they're down in weapons, but this is winnable.
Oh, di flank.
It's gonna be big on Heretics to execute. Another one traded back as Boo falls. Oh, this is big. A flash in the face. Texture can't respond back. Lakia with the ghost. Spots
lumayan. Nice Iko dapat 3.
So Heretics will find their 4th. They're continuing to stick around.
Yeah, making it costly.
It's okay.
For Team Heretics.
It's okay, mereka stuck 3 guys.
They're very comfortable.
Mereka dapat 3 juga lumayan guys. Karena Iko ya guys ya.
Rounds where they like to feel out the map, and it's all because it paints a better picture for Munchkin later on in the half. You're gonna see him pull out all the stops in a match like this. This is it. This is the final.
Map kedua sih. Map satunya soalnya one-sided banget teman-teman.
Get the momentum in their
Nama
favor.
Pedro kan kalah.
And the best way to do that is completely decimating your opponent on your map pick.
VCT Velodrome sama Velodrome. Kenapa Velodrome? Hey!
Couple rounds, couple nice shots with the Marshall. Now with the op.
Here.
Now trained A.
Here.
Ini udah one-sided banget guys. Dari kill feed aja, buset.
That flash through. They normally invest a dart with this.
Yoru ult.
Oke, Yoru udah ulti aja bro.
Any dart you could possibly ask for, because who can find a timing? Because he saw through. Oh, has to dash away. I thought he was going to try to land the shots. Almost gets punished for the high ground. He tries taking. Meteor so far up here.
Nice, dapat.
What can Rians do?
Spike planted.
Playing close by as Padatech has fallen. You've got Boo has joined. But they've gotten the spike down, and as you mentioned in the previous round, this is where GENG are successful. This is where they're at their best. Spam through the smoke. Boo falls as well.
Tembak apa lo bro?
Benji, Fishy, and Woot have to force back to try to get this 2v5. But again, an impossible situation. So many things to consider, so many targets to find. Just too many.
Meteor is an absolute animal right now, Doug. Running and gunning, taking every timing he knows he can take. Off of the drone here. Didn't even need to see him. He heard the audio cue. The sidestep takes his time on it all. 3 on the round, and
Breeze-nya Genji rapi sih guys.
He was the one that opened up.
Breeze Genji rapi sih guys.
Killed the rotated pad attack in mid. While
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
commotion was going on at A main, that Yoruo getting all this info. Karen cut off the rotations. No cavalry could be arrived.
Lakia has this ult, Munchkin's close to his.
Menang gak sih bro?
Those two alone, I mean, those two can secure the map.
Yeah. This drone will get the info onto Woot as well to secure that orb. If they want, they're a little wary though, for good reason. They know they have gun advantage into this round. They know Heretics have to force up whatever they can, and these close range fights, that's where the main problem could lead. So a drone was used from the side of Rians into mid. Didn't really get any type of info, and Genji are more than willing to just wait for all the utility of Heretics to be thrown.
Another flash used, not getting any info. Patrick having to check it with his face. He's gonna get plenty of idea of what's on the other side. But you see them on the minimap, they're starting to creep in. The walls, the corners are starting to shut, but Patek kicks the damn wall down. Rians gets in on it as well. Another round the way of Heretics, but is it too late? I mean, is it too far gone?
Kok bisa, bro?
Can't help but feel like it is, Doug, but good work from Patatek slashing down
Bisa, bro.
the two players in A-main with that stinger. I talked about how close quarter combat can favor that gun. And he played it to near perfection. Look at this replay right here. I mean, that's more than ideal when you're running that gun.
For sure. You gotta settle it just enough, and he did that.
So satisfying when it hits like that.
Patatek close his ult.
Okay, let's go.
How Genji like to play at the beginning of these rounds. Any info that you can gather is valuable.
Decoy. It's a faster approach from Genji. They've been sitting back for quite a bit of rounds. Meteor, I mean, he's so disrespectful right now, and I don't blame him.
Look at Woot. Oh, look at Woot. He tried doing the same thing. Both Sovas almost caught in their utility, but Locky is the one that falls. And now the Seekers on the swing. Karen not able to get much more.
Okay, what dapat dua?
There's no room for Meteor to get back to the spike.
Hey! Ayo closing bro!
Aggression from both ends, but Heretics
Ini
come out on
begini
top.
guys.
Patatek the deciding factor. Yeah,
closing bro.
But yeah, at least secured the follow-up kill. Poor Wu, he was like, I had him, bro.
Ayo nih, udah pengen party nih 1-0, party 1-0 guys. Party 1-0 gak sih bro? Pacific semakin dekat ke piala guys ya. Ya.
And suddenly Genji calling their first time out. Coach has some words to say.
Biasa timeout menang sih, ya.
Maybe using their ults to combo it. Just get onto the site, get that Viper's Pit online. And they have so many that are going to be going into this next round.
Heretics are putting quite a run into this in the closing moments of the map, or what you would think would be the closing moments of the map. They seemed like they were dead. I mean, they seemed like they were done. But Rians has been such a good spark for this squad. And of course, with Woot getting active as well.
Yeah.
With Woot coming online, there's always calls for hope.
And when you win the eco round like that, I mean, it's a round that you have no business winning. And you steal it away, it gives you the confidence to now build up your own economy. All of a sudden, Genji has scrappy buys every other round because it's just disaster when you invest so many guns into the round like that and you lose it. So although we were on a timeout, it's going to be a little bit of a scrappy buy. I imagine the main strat for that timeout is going to be going into the following gun round. But a hero rifle buy
mengira mereka sentinel
available next round.
Amalgam of a buy. Patrick flashes the dart over the top. They've been caught once more. Oh, but it seems like they're happy to take that fight, happy to get caught with them. Now the drone over the top from Lakia. Patek still trying to hold the line with Rians over his shoulder. Now you're going to have to deal with that again. An opportunistic swing up from Patek. And he pays for it with his
Malah kena thrifty bro, anjir. Malah kena thrifty, anjir.
Fishy left alive to try to convert this and Boost making a run at it.
Hey!
Invested the neural theft. They've gotten info. They've gotten the pit out. And they're going to rotate away.
And just Munchkin staying right here. Heretics have to keep one player there. That's why you see Boo just stuck. Like he's in mud. And now, a late lurk. That can be a thorn in the side of Heretics. Benji Fishy, he's wrapping around
Mereka
himself.
nggak ada senjata bro, nggak punya senjata cok.
He might catch a timing here. All of his utility is still up, but it seems like they've managed to navigate the landmines and get to the other side. So Boo and Benji Fishy with a borderline impossible task put in their laps. But they're so weak. There's got to be a really nice timing up. Yeah! What in the world? How did Benji Fishy hit that? Boo's gonna have to 1v2 here. He's got
Menang nggak sih bro?
He's got to go.
Wah, ada waktu guys.
One away from the pit, spots the first, understands
Let's
where the second is, but he can't drop either. Goes the way of GENG. Yeah, Heretics put up a fight. Yeah, they made it interesting at the end, but GENG.
Guys. Let's go! Menang GENG bro! Menang GENG! Menang GENG! Let's go guys! Let's go GENG! Streamer party nih bos! Streamer party nih bos! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Satu kosong guys, 1-0. Dah, pusing. Udah 1-0 guys, udah menang. Santai bro ya. Ngambil. TV-nya kecilin bang, boleh. TV kecilin, ya. Iya pakai apa? Iya pakai ada. Masih 3 menit tuh. Masih 3 menit guys. Satu kosong. Kenapa ada pemain bola bro? Tinggal 1 nih bang, yang benar kamu. Tengil lu gak bang? Dapat tengil. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Nyam 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 nyam. Makan keripik kentang sama basreng. Dapat tuh soal map baru bang, bagus bagus. Dah.
Solo, congratulations on that first map. Now, I wanted to know, there's a lot of talk about the mental preparation of GENG coming into this grand finals. How has the mentality of the team changed?
감독님 이번 대회 때 특히나 멘탈적인 부분을 많이 강조하셨는데 감독님 보시기에 선수들의 멘탈적인 부분이 훨씬 더 강해진 것 같나요?
사실 저희가 그 부분에 있어서 얘기를 많이 하다 보니까 얘기를 많이 하다 보니까 확실히 좀 더 생각나는 것 같고 더 강해지게 된 것 같아요. 네.
It's something that we constantly talk about and put a lot of time into. We're very conscious about having a strong mentality, being able to reset our mentality. So because of that, I think we're very aware of the mental state that we're in and also have a strong mentality.
Thank you very much for your time. Let's see if GENG can manage to close out Icebox this time.
Okay.
It's strong mentality and also a strong start here for GENG in the grand finals. I'm Yingsun right back here once again with Josh, RT, Kakuka and Mimi. We don't see GENG winning the first map all that often, so perhaps the work they've been putting into there, getting a better even mentality has really paid off.
But this is what we expected, at least from my side, on Breeze, right? Like, especially that first half, they knew everything to a T. The rotations were very quick coming in from Meteor, and maybe Heretics was just not really prepared to play against this composition and this map in general.
I'm glad you mentioned
Pakai sense berapa bang? Sense apa?
High speed moment for the day. He was getting so many first kills as well.
Yeah, Meteor has always been pretty incredible on the defensive side on this map. And
kebetulan Mbak Alif, aku belajar dari Bang Wes malah.
GENG was playing around these constant
nambahin beberapa OBS biar bagus. Aku nambahnya dari Bang Wes. Dia inspirasi bang.
Finding that gap in the execute and even going for like really surprising forward plays like Meteor does in this round.
Chance palo gua 0,12.
B-side is the weaker side, which I feel like makes them pretty tough to play against.
DPS 1200.
Yeah, I mean, but Heretics ran into a brick wall of like a really strong two-man site hold, and their rotation would come in just to affect the play a little bit, and that's the story of their defense.
Yeah, and it's a map that, I mean, a lot of us thought that GENG would take, but fortunately for Heretics, Icebox is up next. Before we jump into that map, let's take a look at the aim lab. Shoot around here is Wood.
Gue belajar dari bule juga guys, dari bule.
Just yet, but plenty of opportunities for him to do so as we head on to Icebox.
Oh yeah, exactly. I think that Icebox is a map where he feels extremely comfortable. Yes, to me, probably for them, this was just a little bit of a warm-up. It's something that they knew would happen and they didn't expect much because of the preparation, but an Icebox, it has to be something different, right? I also think that the perspective in which the teams look at the map is a bit different. Heretics just loves to play for that retake. On the other side, we have a GENG that will go to that early aggression a little bit to what we have been seeing on Breeze, right? Because actually, it was the fact that Heretics could not get the spike down one of the reasons why they were able to get so many rounds.
Well, we heard from Coach Solo already, so let's hear what Coach Neil Zinio had to say ahead of Icebox.
I'm here right now with Neil Zinio of Team Heretics. Neil Zinio, I'm really curious, what do you think went wrong in that first map, and how are you going to ensure it doesn't carry over to the next one?
I think for me it's quite simple. We haven't had that many reps on the map, especially with this roster. That definitely played a part in it, but for me and what we spoke about in there was like our fundamentals just kind of went out the window. We got lost in the occasion, I think, a little bit. and we just didn't do the basics right. We weren't communicating. We were taking 1v1 fights everywhere around the map. And I think in the end we started waking up a little bit, but it was just too little, too late. So we just calmed down, we reset, and now it's our map. So this is it. Like, it's make or break. We need to get back into the game, and that's what the boys are gonna do.
All right, excited to see it. Let's see if Team Heretics can make a comeback.
Okay, let's go.
I mean, you've heard the man. They just haven't had that many reps on Breeze. But Josh, you faced Heretics a few times. You've seen their icebox. What do you think they need to do to bring this series back?
I think they have to enable Woot a little bit.
Icebox
is
is
a very strong jet map, but also for texture too. I think the main things you have to look out for is actually their initiator differences here. I believe they're running against the Gecko KO. They have a Sova on their side. I would pay attention to how GENG is making their opens to see if texture gets a pick, or Woot is able to find the gaps in their utility to see if he can get a pick. Okay.
Yeah. I think also for GENG, when they're starting on this defensive side, something that they do really well is kind of proactive defense, setting texture up for a lot of these forward fights, especially towards A and B main. They'll wait for that first cycle, that Sova drone to come out and find these really good timings to re-clear with that double flash combo and texture going forward. Team Heretics is going to have to be ready for that.
My eyes go directly into Lakia. He had a brilliant icebox last time that we saw them play it, but we know that Heretics, this is a map that they've been very, very comfortable playing throughout the tournament. They've won every single one of them, even though some of them even went to overtime.
I think GENG's style is like very much a flat defense, but also like I said, they'll find those double flash moments to try to catch I just want to see how Heretics was able to deal with this.
Well, as you heard it from Neil, this is it, do or die. If they don't win it here, Doug and Baby Bay, they're going to be 2-0 down in this very important grand final.
And what a dreadful nightmare that would be, but I think Kukuka set the stage for what should be a much more competitive map. Heretics have played Icebox so many times this tournament, and they have found success every step of the way. So, yes, Breeze was a slaughter. And the score does not reflect how bad of a beating that was, but there was a little bit at the end there to cause some sort of excitement, and I think it all falls down on Woot. He took over the last time he played Icebox. He's got to deliver again.
Yeah, he's got that iconic clip that I mentioned earlier in the series on this map with the jet, and he does a really good job of being able to finesse around these chokes and get a lot of things done, especially on the attacking side when he entries in, especially towards yellow.
Oh, he's getting active again, trying to get ahead of things, but Woot's the one who walks away with 2. That's as good a start as you could ask for. It seemed like GENG wanted to stop the momentum before Heretics could get to a fever pitch, to get to a swelling point. And of course, it's Woot who's able to cash in.
Proactivity punished, and that's a good sign for Heretics going into this Icebox map, because if you're already denying GENG that early aggression, it's going to make them play a little differently. And when you take players off of their game, that's when mistakes are made. That's when you have an opportunity to maximize on those mistakes.
You can tell for GENG there, the objective was not just necessarily to win the pistol, but it was to make a statement, because Breeze wasn't enough. But well handled by Heretics. Now they're going to flip the map, head back A, undetected by the turret. They've got one of their own. Benji Fishy's posted us up, but Karen's on the prowl.
Is he going to smoke it off? I don't think he has a smoke available to do so.
Yeah.
But that knife landing, that opens up the window of opportunity for the flank. Decides to not go for it, though.
Yeah, decides to go back mid and try to approach things from a more conventional manner. Meteor trying to post up sight. The dart is cleared. Woot is dead. A little bit more found for Meteor, and Munchkin getting in on it, but Boo responds with 2. Baron, who was the late flank, converts for GENG.
Meteor once more. The anchor that you could wish for.
Nice.
That molly. I mean, it cooked Woot up. Guy couldn't do anything. Yeah, he got the first 2 entries into the round, but when he dashed onto sight, that Viper wall decays you enough to let this molly get so much value. I mean, he had no chance to even swing. And then the second on top of it.
Last player standing.
Getting away with bloody murder. Karen so steady at the end there to secure the pistol round win, and that looked like it was all signs leading towards a Heretics win.
I mean, from the beginning all the way through, texture again, aggressive.
Okay.
I love the pace that GENG are playing this so far.
Yeah, even though they got punished on the pistol, when you secure a round like that, the confidence is back. Now you're willing to keep going for more. And GENG, they're reading into this. They're ahead of it, playing a bit of a retake setup on that A site. Boom!
Karen was a hero in the last round. He was the one who was able to secure it for GENG, but now sitting on the sideline, forced to watch, forced to wait. Textures on the swing. The Marshall gets 2. And there's plenty more where that came from. But it's Meteor who takes one away. The spike hits the ground. Patatech and Riens will have to force this thing back, and they've gotten into a 2v2, but with Sheriffs, they're converting on this. Can Texture snatch this thing back? Can he avoid catastrophe early on? He's gotten one. Riens with the dart, they know where he is. On the swing, into the Marshall.
Nice!
The shots. The Red Bull clutch in the 4K for Texture.
Texture on fire with that Marshall. He'll upgrade to a Guardian on top of it.
Habis guys.
What shots?
Fokus.
That's exactly what you want as a Jet player when you're playing Icebox. You just keep going for broke, hit the flicks. When you're this close range with that Marshall, you can just opt to no-scope. He only had one in the chamber there at the end, but he was so confident in that shot, in his abilities.
Breeze, Icebox, it does not matter. It's all the same. Texture will not be denied. And again, getting active. Again, looking to make a statement. Has to dash away with 25 HP. Thinks twice about the reaggress. I think part of the play was getting him involved there. Munchkin getting spotted by the drone. Has to give his face back, and Texture on the swing.
I mean, he's a madman. He's 25 HP doing that. He's stuck around for so long to support his teammate in Nest. And all of a sudden, a rifle swap. Now Munchkin, he has full HP. He's able to have that M4. Phantom.
Spider nggak laku lagi bang ya, udah jarang yang make, cok.
Pugnacious protocols from GENG at the beginning of the round have been so smothering for Heretics. But yes, they're down in numbers. They have such a strong weapon advantage here, though. It's just the Phantom, it's just the Guardian on the side of the defense, like you were saying.
No way, right, Doc? No way.
No way, you're absolutely right, but Lakia filling in on the space behind it. Surely you're not expecting a second there. Crispy from Karen. Lakia might be able to cause a lot more problems if the timing is right. You've got a little bit of utility, but it does not look like it will go checked. It doesn't look like it will go falls. Committing to the plan now.
Whoa! Tajam banget, bro. GENG, bro.
Another turns away the flash. He's getting spammed. Getting peppered. There's no way for Boo to go. Another round stolen away by GENG.
Doug, we are seeing a GENG that is so online and ready for this. They want it so bad.
Hey, lo bro, kencang banget ya guys.
Getting the trade in market. And oh, this was that first kill. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Insta. The follow-up, Meteor, protecting the back and forth, and then that. Just no chance for Patatech there.
There hasn't really been chance for Heretics at all. Down 0-3 early.
Terus nggak ada suaranya, bro.
His spy's not great. You've got a
Gua aja kali bikin suara kali ya.
And a couple of stingers and sheriffs around it. Do they try to go aggressive again? Do GENG try to set the line of scrimmage a little bit further up? Of course they will. See the flash, you see the darts. 410 is theirs.
They're just staying here. They do not care whatsoever.
He's expecting the swing, procs the dash. And meanwhile, Karen over the top, getting the best of boot. That was the hero rifle. That was supposed to be the firework in the round. Look at Texture's timing on the swing.
Gila, flashnya kena langsung swing. Bagus banget, bro. Sumpah, bro.
Rien's able to get a little bit of something going on here, though. And they're all hunting. They all know he's there. Laki is messing with him.
Ya, Bu udah capek-capek nge-flank, tapi mati spike-nya.
This is a different GENG. We haven't seen this at all this tournament. They're running it down. Lakia jump swinging for his entire team. All 4 members are on top of the bomb right now, and Boo, he's going to be left to his devices, but he really doesn't have much to work with here.
No, not at all. Still deals a little bit of damage on Munchkin, but it's traded back. That Phantom is just getting the best of him. They didn't have the weaponry there. They didn't
3-0 kah juara, bro. Anjir, nggak kalah sama sekali, Jo. GENG, bro.
Texture just continues to answer the call for GENG. I don't know that the weapons would have necessarily mattered.
You're right, and the devs talked about it, that double flash re-clear setup that they do. This time it's not off the barrier. They feint that they're pushing all the way up. That causes a reaction from a drone to come out. The knife gets a couple tags. Now we double flash. And it's just so hard to do it you can't turn. I mean, if you turn the KO flash, the Gecko flash is hitting you and vice versa. So it's just, it can be so difficult if you're caught in the open like that. And more aggression. Texture is so aggressive this series.
Aduh, kena tapi nggak mati dia.
12 HP left, but Boo was able to stand strong.
That was so close.
A little bit of the aggression punished. The question is, how did Genji respond?
Oke, tuh kan satu-satu nge-troll langsung kalah semua, Cok.
So they have now found success on both sides. Lakia, the one close by, here the orb was picked up. And now utility out. The flash over the top. The dart is there. Lakia able to stay covered behind the wall. But you're not able to hide from that. You're not able to run from it. How much more can they do? They've gotten the spike down, but Munchkin and Karen are so outnumbered right now. Spam not connecting. Munchkin manages to get away.
And yeah, they're just going to go back, try to save that operator that got taken down early on for Texture in the next round.
Yeah.
Their economy is good, though, so maybe you'll see Munchkin try to go for a couple exits, get closer to that ult-tor, but then if you look at the ult economy on the other side, I mean, he might not want to die at all because you might be feeding a KO ult, you might be feeding a Sova ult.
Yeah, you don't want to give those away.
Oh, he missed the jump for the up.
Unlucky.
I think he should be able to snag that one.
I don't know that you got to hurry.
Don't miss. Oh, he makes it.
Second time's a charm.
Emang bisa itu gua juga suka miss-nya itu, Cok.
Doing that on the new map, Doug. Might fall to his death.
Take a look at that play one more time. Again, the aggression from Texture has caused so many problems for Heretics, but Boo, a really nice spot to respond there.
Yeah, a good round for Heretics. Spam through the smoke from Boo.
Dapatnya smoke satu. Oke, let's see. OP-nya guys, kalau OP-nya mati lagi sih kayaknya nggak efektif ya.
And the aggression continues to come. So bold, so disrespectful. Refusing to let Heretics find any traction.
And you don't expect the same peak twice. I mean, he got punished the last round. Why is he going for it again? That's what Heretics are thinking.
Because it's Texture. Munchkin getting overwhelmed there.
A little overeager on that one.
Yeah, that aggression starting to punch them a little bit.
Targets destroyed.
And I think if there's going to be a way back into this map for Heretics, it has to be off of those things. They have to find a way to punch back.
Yeah, you have to punish.
Things slow down here for Heretics. They've lost Woot, they've lost their star, they've lost their go. A counter on the thrash and a counter on the up.
Wow, whiff colak ya. Ya elah, ngawag semua.
Meteor's gonna join the party late. One away from his ult. Spotting pad attack, not able to land the shots, not able to find lethality. But with Forest surrounding the site, Forest surrounding the spike. Meteor, no room is safe.
And this is a textbook play from pad attack specifically. When enemy teams have Thrash online, he'll use that KO ultimate to counteract it. This was that opening blow onto Woot. Really nice shot. But when he gets this kill onto Munchkin, it secures him that KO ult, denies the info being gathered from Lakia, and then they're able to just overwhelm everybody on the site.
Gila baru tuh ada ininya, Cok.
Again, Heretics
Ini banyak apa sih? Banyak momen salahnya Genji, guys.
Compared to what we saw on Breeze.
Banyak momen whiff-nya banget. Mereka nge-pick sampai whiff,
But now Heretics injecting a little bit of space into the situation. Starting to get a bully and starting to invest utility to keep that aggression back from Texture, who's sitting on the opposite side of the map right now. The lockdown used. Heretics now have a question they have to answer, and they don't have a ton of time to answer. Do you choose to fight? Do you try to clear it, or do you take a step back?
And if you go the other way, which Genji, that's what they want you to do, you're going to run into Texture, but the double back from Heretics, it's a smart play so far from them. KO Dagger back and online. Munchkin will get the info. Tag onto 3 members of Heretics. The time is running down a little bit low here, Doug.
With 50 seconds left, I think a couple of options they can consider. Do they stay here? Do they try to flip? yeah, there's a good chance there's an op on the other side, but the persistence might be a factor. He's invested in, and Lakia has a meal of it, but Heretics is there to respond.
Apa sih? Tembak apa sih yang lain
The
dah?
lockdown will go off. Texture will show up, but he will be late. With op in hand and blades, in case he decides to invest, in case he decides to go for a play. They just don't have the same financial luxury they did before.
Yeah, and Heretics in these post-plant scenarios, they play it very disciplined. That's how
Pedro
they
dulu bang, kan sangat hebat sama Pedro guys ya. Hah?
Part of the fundamentals, part of that macro gameplay that I was talking
Oke, kalau begitu biar rame.
Not even going for it. Had Heretics maybe pushed up a little bit and got a kill, maybe that could be a window of opportunity. Couple of those knives go in. But they're not giving him anything.
Yeah, that 1v2 feels much easier to try to navigate.
Yeah. And it's a big contrast from the start of this match so far, Doug. Heretics, they were getting punished by that aggression from GENG. Now, they've slowed it down, they figured it out. Weathered the storm of all the utility and the swings on A site. And all of a sudden like that, we're within one round.
I think a lot of it has been them fighting fire with fire. I mean, Lakia could have...
He had such a good opportunity there to honestly secure the round.
Yep.
But sometimes the bullets, they just don't go the right way.
I mean, the roller coaster of emotions that this arena just went through was ridiculous. A timeout called from GENG, 1 round separating these two. The aggression that they were throwing into the face of Heretics round after round to kick off Icebox, you're right, has been a little bit weathered. They took it on the chin a couple of times, but now...
Kayaknya kurang, lagunya kurang tadi. Kurang apa sih, bro? Kurang apa sih, bro?
And a lot of it has been, Dre, off of the utility that they're investing in kind. All of the darts and the drones to set up texture are now being responded by Rians doing a bit of his own.
Apa sih, kurang apa sih, bro? Kurang apa sih, bro?
And I'm so impressed with Heretics when they
timeout langsung kan.
use the drone late because they understand that Munchkin
Mana gua ada lagu party guys ya?
early on at A main. That gives them the
Berarti settingan gue belum rapi guys. Ntar ya.
Not get picked off by anybody, like, you know, texture getting set up by flashes, etc. And the rest of the team now, they're just waiting a little bit back, letting that drone get all the info for them. And then they have the utility advantage, like you mentioned. There have been a lot of questionable fights from the side of GENG. A lot of solo swings. Munchkin going for right clicks through the Viper wall. If there's players on the receiving end of that, they do have a chance and they could mow them down. I mean, but Heretics, they're playing it very well right now.
Early dart cleared.
Oh.
Oke, mulai nge-throw ya.
Heretics are coming to life here. It's a very
TH udah mulai bangkit guys. TH mulai bangkit nih guys, ini bahaya nih.
To send a shudder down the spine of Heretics. Now he's the one sitting on the sidelines.
What can Lakia do?
It's so quiet right now. Do GENG continue to re-aggress?
And if they do, Benji Fishy's playing anti. There's 2 players, even Rians.
Yeah.
He's playing anti.
Itu namanya pick ego guys. Kalau dapat satu beruntung, kalau nggak dapat langsung mati.
Yeah, if they commit.
Yeah.
If they send. We've talked about how good this flash combo has been from Lakia and Munchkin. The knife giving things away.
I don't even think he meant to hit the knife there. I think it was for sight, but it works out in their benefit. It tagged both players. And that forces GENG to have to back up.
And Heretics will just continue to push forward off of that. They've got Boo with his pit, but he's a little bit further back. Knife clear, dart out, Heretics forward. It's just Munchkin who's playing backside. Lakia's a little bit further off, and he is the first to fall. Patatek with 3, Heretics with life. Flash on the swing around, another one spotted. Patatek more concerned with his positioning, more concerned with the problems he's able to cause from there. Still has a knife in hand. Median Karan forced to watch, forced to sit back. Because how do you get into a 2v4? And this is where the positioning was so good, but Karen's able to decapitate him. A 1-for-1 though, and now the Viper's the only one who stands. Tries to get away and can't. We're tied at 4.
Ya, nge-throw udah 4-0 padahal bro.
Is shining through in this half.
Mulai GENG guys ya, mulai ya.
First the entry onto texture, then the follow-up, breaking the dagger. That's the cue to just run it down on sight. split Munchkin there. The aggression from Patatech, the explosiveness. He even ran all the way to spawn.
Let's go, Patsy. Let's go.
Even his team knows it.
Aggression again, texture up high, blades online, looking for a scalp, and we'll find one. And again, the double dip. Can he take over the round? He's done so all series. He's found two, and look at Lakia's position. He's got behind them. Boo never saw him, Boo never had a shot, but now position given away.
Okay, good.
Again, the aggression. Again, the offense. Rians. A miserable spot to be in.
Out of charges.
A 1v4, and yeah, it's pistols. But what a round win for
Nice.
in the face of the momentum that was swelling the way of the attack.
Hampir kalah 4 round ya, balik
I mean,
lagi.
Genji force you to take fights that...
Bang, ajakin Tens nobar bang. Tens lagi sibuk katanya.
How many times have they pushed up and fought A?
It feels like every round.
Almost every single round at some point. Maybe different timings. This time with the knives. Usually it's Woot that we see going absolutely viral with him. This time, Texture taking things into his own hands, getting the 2 for the 3rd to secure the round. And now he's able to get another operator online.
Kali ngeblame bang, iya.
Wow! Ridiculous. Another kill found. Another line drawn in the sand.
Ini baru OP-nya, baru benar.
3 left on the side of the attack, and as soon as it starts, it feels like it's over. This response from GENG has been clinical. Fully committed to believing and trusting in the process. Yeah, they're going to be able to counter some of our aggression, but we're not backing down from the plan.
That's so hard to do as a player.
Makanya aneh banget.
Mental up.
I mean, it's human response and human reaction to pivot, to go to plan B when plan A isn't working anymore. But when you've got a star like Texture.
Full trust in the team, full trust in the game plan. You can reap the benefits of that. That's what we're seeing right now for GENG. They should be able to convert this round. I say that, but there is a Viper's Pit available for the side of Team Heretics. Boo, if he can get this one down, they might be able to maybe steal this one away and pull a fast one.
Maybe a 3v5 with Benji Fishy hitting mid-late, but...
Ya, nggak di ulti, guys.
Spike down B.
I just don't know that there was really any way in. A flawless round as GENG get to 6.
Oke. Wood nggak menyala ya, Wood nggak menyala guys ya. Wood lagi turu ya.
Gotta trade there onto Munchkin. Maybe
Ayo, GENG, let's go, GENG semangat.
Look at this right here. And he holds his ground. He stands.
Pedro. Wood lagi masuk angin bang. Iya, kayaknya Wood lagi masuk angin dah.
Disrespecting like that. It's usually Woot who we see doing things like that against other teams. But Woot right now sitting at 3-9. Texture sitting at 13-5.
That's a brutal matchup.
Emang panas ya itu guys, pakai kipas guys, panas emang.
The amount of clips he's been able to put together, the value he's been able to provide his team was ridiculous. There were questions coming into this tournament, right? There were questions coming into this match, excuse me, about who's the MVP, right? Is it Texture or is it Woot? Yeah, Woot arguably has had more clips because they've played more, but this doesn't look like a fair fight right now, Dre.
Apalagi nih anjing kutukan Pedro, what the fuck?
This team, they fought adversity.
Kutukan lagu Pedro dalam mitos urban yang mengklaim bahwa pendengar tersebut mengatakan milik Pedro akan membawa kesialan pada petaka.
And they didn't drop a single series.
Hah?
So yeah, the dream, the mirage of Heretics in this crazy run that they had. I mean, they could still make it, but right now it just feels like GENG are just in full control.
Yeah, the clock is ticking and the possibility of a fairy tale ending just continues to get smaller and smaller. Into round 11 we go, 2 rounds separating them. 3 ults on the side of Heretics. 4, excuse me, and they're big ones too. GENG, again, with aggression, it's a little bit different. The flavor's different, but the outcome's the same! There's nowhere that Heretics can find safety. There's nowhere that they can find room to breathe.
Mati terus coy Heretics.
They've been squelched, they've been suffocated, they've been stymied.
They're so willing to just leave Texture on an island by himself. He's been popping off all game long. It allows you to have a 4-man setup on A early on and allows Texture to just enable in the mid-round.
Heretics tries to switch position on the maps. And again, the op you mentioned on the other side punishes, but they found a little bit of space here. But again, as soon as they find space, Dre, you're staring up a ridiculous mountain. Yeah, you got your one. Yeah, you got some space. It's still a 2v4. It's still a 3v5.
Let alone a Thrash invested on top of it. I mean, what can you do?
30 seconds left.
Boo with so many angles to cover, so many targets to find, so many things to consider. Paranoid tries to do what he can to fill the void, and there's the swing through the wall. Meteor perhaps a little overambitious, perhaps a little aggressive.
Nice, rapi bro.
Still a song of
Rapi banget bro, rapi banget sumpah guys.
Playing together, peeking off one another. The synergy, the communication, it's all on point right now for GENG. You can tell by the gameplay. Catching players off guard, this little drop right here, no follow-up, no punish. But Karen, he's holding it the whole time. So yeah, Petatek tries, the swing was a little late.
One enemy remaining.
Just too much to ask for.
Gila bro. Pusing si Wood cok, Wood nggak bisa nembak itu.
GENG faced heartbreak in Madrid. So close, the glimpse of glory that you mentioned. But fell a bit short. This is a team that's playing with a different level of fire, a different level of ferocity. You've got the up over the top, Petatek down again. The ults have been invested, Petatek will join the fold once more. Once divided, now reunited. GENG try to hold the line, and if they try to flip back, if Heretics try to find safe passage to the other side of the map, Meteor's there. He hasn't been as ridiculous on this map, but he was a terror on Breeze.
Aduh, mati dia bro, udah dapat A-nya.
Not finding value. Texture's able to pick off Foot, but they understand now. The veil has been lifted. The hit is A.
Full focus forward for Heretics. GENG, they have a couple members here to answer back.
If they can get the pit down from Boo, if they can find a little bit of space, there's a shot at this. But Karen is one of his own. Now green on both sides. Such little to be seen.
Udah pusing coy anjing.
You should run.
And now the third ult invested.
Gila ulti semua bro.
Just injecting more chaos into the situation. What can tip the scales? What can find some space? Texture dropping into the pit, dropping into the next half. Lakia in a 1v3 with the pit still up, will fall.
Okay.
Petatek gets his third, it's Heretics.
No, apa mulu si Texture bro.
Through all the calamity, it's Petatek of all members, the stand-in, to be at the top and get another 3K to secure that last round.
Banyakan buang Ron sih, GENG sebenarnya.
Beautiful reclear from Texture there, but Petatek getting ahead right here. The deciding factor for this Heretic squad.
Yeah.
He's won so many rounds for them in this half.
He was good on Breeze too. I mean, he was good on Breeze, he was good on Heretics. A lot more fight out of those Niños in this second map of this best of 5, but the need to respond continues. We're going to throw it down to the desk to break down that first half.
Thank you very much, Doug and Baby Bay. Much closer half this time around, and it just felt like Heretics, they love going to that A site.
Yeah, they do. Time and time again, they were going to A. I mean, in the last
Prime
few
Mood satu hari aja bang.
switching things
Parah
up.
kali ya.
But it literally looked like the one condition for them was dealing with Texture and that first opener that he was going after time and time again. Him and Lakia were hard defending this side. And as I'm saying, just one round after the other, they had to deal with the fact that they were probably going to be one man down.
GENG has really good, kind of varied looks on how they approach this A site. It's almost always going to be aggression at some point in the round. They have some rounds where they're going for the super early aggression, catching you off guard, and in other rounds they're waiting for this kind of mid-round timing and then getting in your face. And they have these really strong combos between
Bas biru udah
that
habis Wood, coba cek ambil lagi ya. Gila Texture bro, 300 HTS bro. Wood masih 80.
This is unfair, I feel like, for Wood. But as the side switches, Josh, what do Heretics need to do? Because Texture's job seemed very, very simple. Do you think Wood just needs to replicate that?
Oh, for sure. Like, we need to get Woot online And I think he can run the same kind of style that Texture was playing. He can be aggressive in the beginning, find a first blood, and then fall back, and play a little bit in that elbow area just to see if they can get another kill. But like once he gets those first bloods, like I feel like his confidence will come back.
Nama Texture content creator.
Tech to be setting up Wood the same way that Lakia was helping Texture time and time again. If we want Heretics to turn this around.
Yeah, and I want to see if they can win this pistol round as well. It's time to send it back to your casters, Doug and Baby Bay, and get the second half underway.
Thank you so much, Insu. Heretics have given this crowd reason for hope. As a closing
Pedro dulu bang.
at the end of the first half.
Pedro mulu.
It's not over
Gila,
yet.
serip.
Still
Dua serip
down
bro.
2 rounds.
Meteor ya? Meteor sama Texture biasa bro. No util, serip aja.
And now it's GENG, who again were so bellicose in the first half. Now it's on them, and they have a lot more room to be able to dictate the pace. A little bit of info gathered, but perhaps a false sense of security. Where that other player might be. Flash over the top. Benji Fishy not on the swing. Texture falls. That's a big one, Dre.
Who other? The man is still here. He's still firing.
Oh, you can run, but you can't hide. Lakia will hunt you down.
Nice.
Meteor getting in on it as well. Again, a pistol. It's so desperately needed to go.
What?
It's just ending in a whimper.
Pistolnya kalah terus bro. TH.
Even the plant that doesn't get seen from heaven. Small things like this.
Flashnya bagus banget tuh si
It's all
Manskin.
going their way. They're aware of all the possibilities right now.
Last player standing.
Nice trading on the site from Munchkin. And that dagger does connect on a boost, so that's full info gathered from GENG.
I mean, he even tried stepping it. Just a little short on it. Now realizing there's no way to go but forward. There's no option but to fight. A 1v3 has become a 1v2.
Hampir menang cok.
But Karen saves the day for GENG.
And when GENG sees something they like on the silent walk-ups that they do, yeah, they're still down
Wood
numbers.
masih 3 guys.
They get
Wood
close
masih
to
di
you and
bawah
they just
guys.
explode and obliterate anything in their path. It's one of the hardest
Lakia
play
bagus
styles
banget.
to play against. Because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you peek into them, they can punish you. If you don't,
Wood nggak dapat lagi cok. Wood lagi bawah sih guys. Wood lagi bawah sih guys.
you on the actual site.
Yeah, and then punish you. Yeah.
Wood bensinnya habis bang. Bisa jadi sih. Party tech masih lumayan
It's so
tuh.
difficult to play against right now. Every team has tried to figure it out. And they just can't. But Boo can figure out how to take the head off of Texture with that Sheriff.
Remember, he died at the beginning of the previous round too.
Poor lad.
Problem with the buy for Heretics right now is there is none. So they have to be so much more concerned and so much more invested in moving as a pack. Strength in numbers.
That opening kill for Boo could open up the retake for them, though.
Here.
Kind of makes you scared on the attack.
Ya apa sih cok? Ando siapa sih Ando guys? Ando siapa sih Ando?
If you do, you might get picked off as well. An early tap here from GENG, trying to bait out any utility, but nobody from Heretics showing a single damn thing, Doug.
Patient. Trying to lure GENG into fully committing.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Trying to have them step all the way into the trap before they strike.
And Meteor, he's recleared some space at A, but the time is running down low. If GENG connect, if they commit onto this B, I mean, they're going to run into a bunch of conflict.
You got Benji Fishy who's holding mid as well, so if the plan is for Meteor to hit a late mid lurk, Benji Fishy would have been the problem, but he's the first to fall.
Bomb's not down.
13 seconds left. They've got to commit. They've got to find a way to stabilize. Cauterize the bleed and capitalize on the situation. They're so weak, Dre, but Lakia on the swing. 21 HP, no bullets left. They've gotten the spike down. Rienz is there. Munchkin, 1 HP. Can he be the architect to save the round?
Okay.
Can he put the pieces together? Can he build another clutch moment? Rienz and Woot with crosshairs trained will drop him.
Oke, Woot mulai menyala guys. Oke. Trote mulai berisik karena GENG mulai kalah guys ya. Ayolah, Tripty Gaming bro.
And not get baited by the first tap. Patatech had that molly the entire time. Once the actual bomb gets planted, that's when the molly activates. And the time just runs too damn low.
Take a look at the MasterCard Thrifty one more time. It was all
Gila, Cok. Ini apa sih, Cok? Nightbot bisa jawab semua pertanyaan, bro.
We talked about how they were trying to bait them in, slowly lure them in, tantalizing them in. And as soon as they take one step too far, it's over.
Oke.
So
Iko
now
lagi,
2
bro.
rounds separating the two. Now it's on GENG to try to replicate some of the magic that Heretics just hit him with. Just pistols.
Nah, OP kita cek ini.
A good dink with the pistols onto Woot. He's going to be forced back now, so that's some space gathered at B.
Dukung siapa, Bang? Dukung Genji sih.
But Heretics are in this fight. In spite of that.
Yeah. He did get 2 kills in that last round, so maybe that is enough to be that spark, that fuse of lightning. As I say that, it's Texture to diff him again.
Woot looked like he had the fastest hands in the game this tournament. There's nobody who could stand to him. Nobody quicker on the draw. We're watching an entirely different player here. Heretics will try to hold them back, though. A lot on the shoulders of Patatek. Rien's around the corner. And the cutting of noise.
Ayo dong.
Of course, Heretics to think twice about this here. They've invested the Thrash. Rien's will get tagged. Patatek up top. Can he find some space? Yes, he can. Only 1 kill found, though. How much more can he do? Not much. He will fall. They can't settle the shots. The Sheriffs again are a problem. Boo in a 1v3. Munchkin has upgraded a weapon. But the amount of utility, the amount of health that they have in aggregate is so low. And that's a big delay from Boo. With 13 seconds left, he's got to commit to it. He's got a firing squad.
Oke.
Secret Service to
Thrifty balas Thrifty kah? Tapi dua low sih. Duanya 2 peluru.
But now you
Dar.
need phase 2. Now you need to drop Boo. As he creeps forward, quietly slithering his way into the site. With no one to detect, no one to delay.
Oke.
How much more space can he find? Utility cycled up, forced to sit back on the other side of the wall, and now he's spotted. Now they know where he is. He's able to spot one. The other 2 are weak. 40 HP amongst both.
Pinter, Cok. Di post play, Cok. Pinter banget ya.
As Boo has to make a play, and it's a back-to-back MasterCard Thrifty. This one the way of GENG.
Aduh, back-to-back MasterCard Thrifty, Bo.
Constant fire in the
Let's
face
go,
of
GENG.
failure.
Let's go. Biar melek.
They bring that one back.
Semuanya. Semangat GENG, guys.
Texture with the opener. A beautiful peek. And the trading on site. Patatek. He was looking so good in
Dua
there.
round
Still
titipan,
utility
Cok.
hitting him the entire round.
Not like this, man.
That's exactly how it happened, brother. And so again, now 3 rounds separating these two. 2 rifles in the hand of Heretics. But Woot with no armor. Boo's already dead. The hopes of the round rest on porcelain prospects for Heretics. The dash through, the flash over the top.
Wah, flashnya bagus banget, bro.
And now they can turn their attention on getting the spike down.
Flashnya bagus banget ya,
Turn their
guys.
attention on assuming their post-plant positions. Just when it seems like Heretics have a spark, just when it seems like they found some footing, the rug is pulled out of under them. But Rien's with that Vandal, light armor, making a run at this. He's gotten his 1, already tagged up though. On the swing, Patatek hitting in on it. We're gonna have it again, aren't we? A 2v2. Karen spotted.
Winnable sih tapi.
Rien's has to go though. Trying to turn the flash. A great shot from Rien's again. Can Munchkin clutch it out? He's got the shot.
What?
Another. Rien's with 4. The defuse comes through.
Apa sih?
3. Back to back to back.
This map just keeps delivering.
Ya masuk akal, bro.
A 5v3, it looks so promising for GENG.
Enemy remaining.
What a spark that kid has been. Rien's has been, yeah. I mean, Rien's has been quiet sometimes throughout this tournament, but what a cornerstone. Ooh, getting tagged by some of the utility, not able to take the aggressive line that we saw Texture strike from.
Okay.
But does he try once more? Not able to lay the shots. Texture's blades. So accurate, so deadly. Now they've invested the Hunter's Fury as well. Lakia falls.
Spike down.
Texture dancing around it, staying alive. Now a little bit of cover, a little bit of time, and a little bit of space. That doesn't feel good.
Spike planted.
Not enough to find a kill.
Gak dikasih senjata atu-atu bro, lupain bro.
How do Heretics attempt this retake approach?
Beautiful dagger.
Who has an op?
Ah!
Ends again!
Bomb grenade out.
Meteor creeping forward. You see them starting to take a quick step back. Carl probably has a lineup. Woot's got the shot. Meteor's dead, but so is Woot.
Last player standing.
It's a 1v3 now. Whoa! Is able to get his one, but Benji Fishy stabilizes.
Ah elah, wait.
This roster. He's so clean on the Sova, especially on Icebox.
Oh no, you don't deserve.
He's doing it again, Doug. This man is an absolute phenom on this map. The instincts, the intuition, all there.
One enemy remaining.
Someone who we haven't seen activate or be online quite yet has been Benji Fishy, but getting 2 in that last round. That secures him that Killjoy lockdown.
And then to the defuse at the end, you're right. Rian's handed it over
Wah,
to him.
9
Now
sama
they
sini
have
bisa
that
nih.
tool in their arsenal to play around. Who also one away from his pit. Knives traded and information gathered. Patatech was tagged by that. Woot trying to be aggressive. He's trying to take a page out of Texture's book.
Wah, kenapa alah cok langsung.
Shot.
Almost got punished.
10 HP. You can't
What?
pen
Gila.
your way. Not with what Texture could do. He continues to push forward, but Rian's and Benji Fishy hold the line. They stand strong.
What?
He's gone backside though. The spike is
Woot
out of
gak
reach.
mati,
Now
bro.
they've got the lockdown they have to reckon with.
Easy does it, easy does it.
GENG will have to take a step back, wait this thing out. Now they go. 4 up on the side of Heretics, but Boo's playing elsewhere. Concerned about the late flank.
He needs to be careful here, Doug. He's playing a little too aggressive with this HP that he has, but he's living for long enough.
Playing to win. Not playing not to lose. Playing on the knife's edge. Benji, Fishy, and Rian keep him back. Munchkin a 1v3. The situation was dire before, and it's somehow gotten worse.
Bisa comeback sih bro ini bro.
Heretics knocking on the door of tying us at 9.
Janji ini banyak momen jeleknya
They
ya.
have no money going into this next round. And while we have the time, I don't think Heretics are going to go for this hunt.
10 seconds left.
Banyak momen jeleknya guys.
GENG
Janji guys.
had full control of this round. They were surely about to convert it, but Munchkin hit a team flash on 2 of the members that ran through that Viper wall. And that was the deciding factor to buy enough time for Rians to get out, for Benji Fishy to come back in.
We'll see if we can take a look at it again, because if that's how it went down, that's heartbreak.
A micro mistake. It connected on Rians, but also connected on the that flash right there. That flash blinded Lakia and Texture. They had him dead to rights.
One enemy remaining.
And then the kills on the other side, the punishment through.
Now a cause for conversation.
And that cause is that we're tied at 9 apiece. 3 rounds in a row, the way of
Ini kenapa tanya bisa berak lewat mulut, Jing? Jorok banget sih.
For Tad at the beginning of the half, but Heretics have shown they traveled the world and they came to claim the throne. They didn't come this far just to come this far.
And it really felt like GENG were in the complete driver's seat this entire map.
Well, and that's why we talked about it earlier. It's not about how you start, man. It's how you finish. This marathon has fooled and broken the hearts of so many around the world. People who think they've accomplished what they set out to do, just falling a bit short at the end. And I mean, Heretics, yes, it's not the very end, but they're showing they have plenty of fight in them.
And to a team who came into this tournament for fun. That's what they called it. We're just going. We're just showing up to show up. But when you make it this far,
tutorial makeup, Jing?
we can actually win this damn thing.
Ini kenapa jadi main Maya?
It's a different type of energy.
Remember, GENG has made it this far in the tournament, undefeated. Yeah, they've dropped a couple of maps, but they've looked unbeatable.
At what point do
Baca
nightmares
udah
of
makan belum?
Madrid
Udah.
creep up?
Gotta wonder if it's happening now. Benji Fishy falls. Meteor's been so good. He's only got 5 HP to his name now. And he's stuck. He's got nowhere to go. The orb goes up as he tries to cross, but he plays his time perfectly. They thought he'd try to get away. They thought he was stuck. But in fact, the trap was his. Now a flash forward, Padatech on the turn. That was ridiculous.
No whiff, Chop. Atik Chop.
Spike down A.
This match is insane.
If Meteor's able to buy his time, he could be the one to secure the round. With the 5 HP that he's had for what feels like an eternity.
Wait, Rians is actually dialed in on this.
He's watching, he knows, he's ready. Meteor's dead. But still a 2v2.
Sova Dart available.
Munchkin
Gila, Rians pintar banget, Cok. Rians, Cok.
There's the dart.
Revealing area. Found them.
What value can it find? Holy smokes. There was nothing to clear it. And so Munchkin pays for it with his life. Lakia with a bulldog. In a 1v2. He gets his one, but Rians trades. On the other side of the timeout, Heretics still continue to win.
Woi, kita kalah, bro.
Rians has been on fire, man. And there's nothing a Genji can do to extinguish it.
I mean, they tried their darnest. They got the first 2 kills, the third on a Padatech on the site. But Rians with their awareness, holding Meteor down. Meteor just can't quite connect. And that dart getting so much value. The insta trade, Lakia had no chance to transfer there.
Let's go. Oh my god.
I mean, it's just been a bloodbath in the server. The back and forth. Both teams, they don't even require full buys to make it close.
4 in a row, the way of Heretics. This time it's Boo who's gonna get pushed. That one way will only buy you so much time. He gets the pit down.
Uh-oh.
And it's been traded, of course.
Nice. Pit versus
Venn
pit.
diagram in green goo.
But Doug, there's so many ults available right now for the side of Heretics. They can create so much chaos right now.
And it seems like they're succeeding in doing so. Texture's the first to fall. Padatech! He knows he's there. Spawns the gun barrel. Lakia punished. Munchkin crumbles. Meteor left alone. In the face of the pin, in the face of 5.
Ngapain sih, bro? Astaga.
And you can hear the crowd roaring.
The tech is only as good as their skill. And that we have some beats.
5 rounds in a row. You take a look at it one more time. You called it, Dre. All of the ults that Heretics had to invest. And then, of course, kills like that end up being the difference maker. They look sleepy on Breeze.
No! Sama kah?
Those kids have woken up.
Such a mind-blowing half.
Kocak, Cok, ini, Cok.
And they're not done yet.
5 in a row. Heretics with a 2-round lead. We've got a fight on our hands. Patient on the swing. Texture not able to punish. 20 and 15 from the star.
Jeez.
But the demand for more is so great. This is a really nice position from Meteor, but he's got the alarm bot on the other side. It doesn't matter. Catches Benji Fishy with his pants down. Boo on the swing. Genji falls once more. But they've kept it competitive. They've gotten into a 2v3. Meteor's 1 away from his ult. Settles the shots on 1. Too many targets on the other side.
Temennya pada kemana semua sih, Jing?
Munchkin forced to make a monumental play here.
Does have the molly online, so if this tap comes through, they'll have to use that molly, and that will allow Heretics the opportunity to just swing together here.
There's the tap, there's the molly. Boo and Rian's waiting for the challenge. The orb goes up. It's all a guessing game now. There's not a lot of time here. He's got to hold this. Oh! Is there enough time? It's going to be close. Oh! So close! On the edge of their seats, Heretics take us to map point.
close these last rounds have been.
No!
I mean, yes, Heretics have taken away the last
How
6,
that's possible,
but it's been down to the
guys?
wire every single time.
I mean, 0.06. The thinnest of margins.
It's preposterous.
Patitek sih yang nyala banget.
In the hands of Woot. Still quiet, but honestly, at this point, who gives a damn? What a half from Heretics. Genji have a couple of tools, so they have Meteor's ult, they have Lakia's ult.
But if you're Heretics right now, you might read into this. They've gone B the last, 3 rounds in a row. And they've gotten stuff denied.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing here, though, is Patatek, he's got his ult. Think about how many times we've seen it already. As soon as the Thrash goes down, Patatek responds with his own.
Exactly.
And I wonder if that's what they're looking to bait out here.
Initiated.
First to the lockdown.
Oh, di ulti yang Patitek nih. Dilempar ke
We've seen him break this
Molly nih.
before. Is he going for it again? The Molly connects. Is the shot gonna land? It breaks!
And they still have the safety valve of Patatek's ult. Lakia hanging on to his for now. But understanding the game of rock, paper, scissors doesn't go your way. Spacing a little awkward there as Texture tries to find a little bit of room to work. A little bit of space to get active.
Ya, Texture kebanyakan gerak, banyakan ini tambahan ini, guys.
The tap, the first. Almost all members huddled up onto the side, but Heretics get him down to 2. Can Munchkin deliver a miracle? He's been spotted, he's been hatched. Team Heretics are not done yet. They punch back, they counter on Icebox. There's fight in these kids, and there's plenty more to come. Map 3 on the other side of this break. Do not go anywhere.
Anjir.
Wood, you are back. Let's go. Wood, listen to me. Very important. Dodge the knife on A every time. Nice. Let's go.
Oh my god, guys.
Let's go.
Oh my god, guys. Gimana ini, guys? Bagaimana ini, guys, ya? Gimana nih, guys? Ntar, gue mau benerin setapan party gue dulu, guys. Emang apa gak setapan party gue, guys? Mana lagu ya? Mana lagu, guys? Mana lagu ini, bro? Wah, ada nih, bro. Lagu, bro. Gak ada lagu, bro. Emang ada lagu, guys? Gak ada lagu, bro. Gak ada lagu, Jing. Baby. Oh, I know guys. Ini bro, nah. Dah. Guys. Dah guys. Filter bapak-bapak enggak gitu guys. Kecing dulu guys. baby, baby, come on, let me. Ya. Gimana nih guys? Bisakah kita menang guys? Bisakah kita menang guys? Can we win? Can we win? Teh bang ngeribat pan di Xbox bang. Berarti next ini apa sih? Bang kalau top 5 gaming masukin kode voucher apa? Rio, R-I-O. R-I-O. Asen biasanya tekstur ngerisi, oke? Let's see guys ya, asennya tekstur. Tapi gue nggak tahu guys, masalahnya semua tim bisa dibilang ngeri juga guys. Sama, semua sama lah. Ini siapa bro? Oh ini yang Valorant punya ini guys ya. Kayaknya mau dengerin guys ya guys.
We also had some big news recently. We had Valorant console that was announced. How has that been received from your point of view?
I mean, really, really well so far as we can tell. I mean, it hasn't been that long since we did the announcement, but so far the reception seems really, really good. Teams have been working on this for a long time, and for us it was like, we're only doing console
gimana guys ya? Main pakai stick gitu guys.
And so that took a lot of work. And so I think
main pakai stick gitu guys ya.
Celebrating in this moment because we're finally ready to share it with players and we'll see what they think. We're so excited about it though, so excited.
I cannot wait as well. And finally, what do the Valorant audience have to look forward to for the rest of the year? We'll start with you, Leo.
We still have a lot of season to go. We're going to go back from Master Shanghai straight into International League, straight into Stage 2. We're going to crown the champions of the season. And then, of course, teams are going to qualify to champions. It's always the culmination of the Valorant year. That's where we pull all the stops.
Katanya tes udah coba emang iya guys. Susah dong pakai stick bro.
To go back to Seoul. And I think this is shaping up.
Tapi ada aja sih orang yang jago main pakai stick guys.
Ever, so we're very excited.
Anna, what about you?
I think it's going to be the best champions ever too. I mean, you know, every time we do one of these big events, it takes so much for all the teams involved and players involved. It always feels like the end of the year. Honestly, it's halfway. We're halfway through the year. So there's a lot more to come. Teams focused on getting console out, focused on an amazing champs. And honestly, we still have game changers and some more stuff coming out in the game. So more to come for sure.
It's never ending. It
never ending.
We have such a dynamic game here. I cannot wait. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit in for this little interview.
Apa bedanya bro? Apa bedanya guys? Kagak ada kelihatan ininya. R2-nya gitu nggak kelihatan. Bisa secil begitu, jago juga kalau pakai konsol bro. Ini.
Valorant.
Once they have
By A-level game controller, and one of the teams won, and then the other team was like, that moment, focus game. Move through the environment with your right stick as fast as you can, but you also need to be hyper precise. Being able to do both of those things with one stick is a very challenging problem.
When we first got our hands on Valorant on console, it was a much different experience than we have right now.
It was a bit clunky. We needed something to make it easier for players to slow down and hone in on gunfights when they need to. I think our switch to what we call a focus mode, that was a big turning point for us.
That was when I kind of had that click. I felt like maybe this could actually work.
It's kind of your button you press to be accurate when you're trying to hit the really long range shot.
We've come really far, you know. Things that seemed very impossible, like turning a flash or like shooting a silver dart, are now pretty easy to do with practice.
What we didn't want console players to feel like they were getting was a watered down version of the game, or something that didn't meet the same level of competition and mastery that we were seeing in the PC.
Our gameplay analysis team has extensive backgrounds in both Valorant and console shooters, and that level of nuanced, detailed feedback has enabled us to dial in the game to get it to where it is today.
The designers really did a great job of tweaking every agent individually.
Bagus banget, bro.
The agents are an incredibly deep part of this game, and everyone brings its own unique set of skills and abilities to the table.
I think you will like this.
A big concern I had coming in was just how little input controller gives us. Coming from PC, you have like possibly hundreds of inputs on a keyboard.
We wanted to make sure that every agent on console felt balanced and considerate of the control scheme.
Our ability mapping for agents feels like very intuitive, and being able to gain that mastery over that specific character has been like really rewarding.
When we talk about competitive games, one of the most important parts of any competitive game is dialing in your settings.
Right now, like, we're all going through the process of just sharing settings and just coming up with new ideas on ways to play console.
We're not trying to force any specific presets. We've added on several presets to ensure that all players coming from all sorts of different console games will be comfortable playing our game, whether that's bumper jumper or something very traditional.
You got to be able to set your settings the way you want them, and we've made sure that players get to customize their controls however they want.
We believe we have built the right
Gila,
infrastructure, the right tooling to really make the promise of the game shine. Valorant is one ecosystem. It doesn't matter what platform you're on, it's one community. We didn't want you to have to go create a new account or to worry about where should I go.
Grim Life nih, Grim Life nih.
Hey guys, Grim here. Some devs that we're playing with is a big step for Valorant. I did do Sage Walls on the controller, so that is possible still. Hope you guys enjoy, and thank you.
Check it out. Oh, no.
He's like spinning.
Turn off the key, I'm on a mission. Dismissing, lyrical addition, condition. My brain is pumping hard like a big competition. It's getting less, I'm the best on listen. You wish to run away from my vocal power. An hour is all I need to have in my power. A flower,
What?
The stage is hammered.
Dah mulai.
For the cage, I'd love to get your thoughts. Heretic struggled to get any
Let's go, guys.
Just the cages.
Let's go.
It didn't really do much of anything, honestly, and that's why you saw G2 just absolutely punish them on their defensive side. So that is the change, but the question is, will their defensive side now lack? Because that Cypher, he had so much value controlling a bunch of different areas of the map, playing at 2 spots at once. They're gonna get tested. GENG had a field day with aggression at the beginning of Icebox, and they caused so many problems, but we'll see if it's a bit of the same. Lakia's drone clearing out mid, finding a little bit of space and getting any info that it can. But all this Killjoy utility, Dre, it's posted up. Hey.
Perfect for Benji Fishy, the turret as well. We've seen Boostio do this quite a bit. Saw him do it at Champs, actually.
Texture doesn't feel good here. He's taking 70 HP. Yeah, he's swung. He's found safe passage, but he's been put in a corner now, finding space, now getting out. GENG
pistolnya kalah mulu, bro.
Pistol, and they don't see
Pistolnya kalah mulu, Jir.
That scrappy on the actual site. A bunch of players running through smokes. Woot will convert that kill on a texture.
Got a little messy there. Woot deciding that he wants to take a different approach, and Locky is a step ahead of it.
What?
Meanwhile, I'm not really sure how that happened. Pen that through the wall.
Oh,
He's got to hit the shot, dashing to his left, trying to fire to his right, and a little bit more spam. What seemed secure, what seemed safe, is now up for grabs, is now unsettled. Woot with 22 HP. He's gonna have to clutch this out, but again, they've got him surrounded, they've got him dropped. GENG get the pistol.
I mean, a flurry of bullets everywhere for Woot, getting a bunch of tags, getting a spam kill. And he's kind of online now.
Gila sih. Oke.
I feel like Heretics have been waiting for him. Maybe now that he
Ini
realizes that
pistolnya agak lemah ya, Heretic ya. Di sini ya.
allows him the space to breathe and actually just commit on some of these nice shots that we know he can hit. That being said, yeah, that was insane. That being said, GENG, they did a really good job of not falling early to those mollies of Benji Fishy.
Yeah.
And wrapping the site, going in and out of the smokes. That little bit of finesse, it goes the extra mile for them.
That texture played that so well.
Yeah, he lived for so long.
He's got a Guardian in hand now. That knife on the other side of the map.
Ini kan TH tuh define doang guys, kuat guys. Attack-nya kurang banget mereka.
It was
nice ya.
the anti-eco that didn't go their way in the last map that kind of gave.
Mendukung TH bang, GENG lah kocak menuju TH.
You have to believe that they want to convert this. They need to convert this.
Ayo bisa bro. Ayo semangat GENG yuk. Semangat guys. Semangat GENG, majulah. Menangkan pertandingan ini. Jangan takut menembak.
Booze was in a really nice spot, but he cannot stand in the face of the Vandal. So knife will be invested out. Still just pistols for Heretics. Not really able to do much else. We got Woot with the Sheriff.
Nah tuh.
A little nice bit of HP.
No spam kills this time around.
No. No, Rians is going exploring a little bit. Much to his dismay, he'll be met with an alarm bot on the other side.
Yeah. At some point, he's just going to go for the exits. Lakia picking up kills, Texture picking up kills. Woot still going strong. Whoa!
Yes, he is. He's gotten two.
Oh, gila, Woot kencang juga.
But he's going to have to close out in an ace fashion if he wants to win this. Time is short, too. He's gotten three. But Keren stops him.
Woot kencang sih, guys. Woot udah lumayan kencang sih. Udah lumayan balik sih sebenarnya.
From the beginning of that exec, all the utility was really good. Setting Texture up to get that kill onto Jenny with that dagger. But Woot, he's 6-2. He already has knives online.
You know,
viewers can't see it quite yet.
We talked so much about Woot needing to come online, Woot needing to be the spark, and Heretics showed us on Icebox.
Oh iya, Cok. Temannya belum ada yang nge-kill Woot semua, bro.
Struggling. The problem right now is he's the only one performing. He's the only one with kills on their side, and yes, it's early, so you can't imagine that will remain the case for much longer. Boo had a shot at it there.
Yeah, one-way disrespected from Karen there.
It's the GENG way.
Oh, this silent walk-up. Perfect dagger. Ooh. But they all dodge it.
And Patatek gets dropped. And now they can go forward. With free mobility and free utility, Texture falls.
Masuknya sendiri, Texture bro.
Teammates there.
He was the only one able to get out, you're right.
Yeah, there's a disconnect right now, maybe in the communication or what was being said in the comms. Something not going the way, and all of a sudden, Heretics, I mean, it looked dire for them in that round. Had that kill gotten converted or even traded, that would have been a free A site. Now they're forced to walk into the blender of the Killjoy utility. See if they're aware of the Molly's lane with that alarm bot. If they're not, I mean, this could be disaster.
Turret clear.
Okay, ayo bisa.
More to come. Benji Fishy not getting tagged by the knife, so his utility is still in play. Tries to clear the drone. The flash goes up. Meteor is behind him, and he has no idea. And even if he knew at that point, he was so blind, he was so deafened, he never had a shot.
Nice.
Now they can
Nice
turn
banget
their
guys.
attention over to B.
Nice banget dapat
Not
info,
concerned,
di
not
semua
worried
di flash
about
dulu
utility.
terus di pick bro.
It's easier now. Woot's playing on the other side of the smoke, dashing forward, but Meteor's there to greet, Meteor's there to wait, Meteor's there to punish.
What?
Falls, Rians does too. Meteor gifted. And now Boo in a 1v3.
Meteor lagi panas juga nih.
He's got the rifle, but
tuh kan bonusnya kalah mulu loh. Tembak defender loh bro.
And so he has to take a step back.
I'm here. And it's brutal. Getting bonused by the attacking side. All of a sudden, you know, GENG have a chance to get to that 4-round mark. And for a lot of teams on this map, that's a W in itself.
W in the chat.
With a bit of buffer to play around with, play around the map. Munchkin, that was a great setup for Meteor there, going all the way up.
Ini udah BO3 lagi nih guys, gagal udah satu sama ya.
The shots didn't quite connect at first. But the
3-1 sih, harusnya 3-1 sih guys.
He secured it, and then that built him the confidence to close out the round.
I mean, that kill from Texture at the very beginning was...
Yeah, that was cold.
They dodged the knife. They're able to drop Patty down from up there. It was perfect.
Yeah, not even just him. All 3 members dodged the knife.
And
they
all
swung together.
Texture kenapa sih, Cok? Tantrum terus dia, tantrum mulu dia.
They knew what the plan was. They knew what their approach was.
Ya, temannya belum ada yang nge-kill, bro. Lagi bau nih, ha? Lagi bau kah?
Broken by.
And they're setting up an updraft play here with the knives. Maybe off of an Omen Flash. Does he go for it? Dart Omen Flash to combo with it.
He's getting
Here we go.
In. There's the high ground. There's the flash.
What?
Munchkin swats him out of the sky. Yeah, they're able to get their one. Now pushing forward. The spike getting planted. And again, GENG with control. With room to work and Boo dead. No thrifties this time. GENG in firm control.
Oh,
that's all right. Nobody saw that.
A little bit of an awkward dance there.
3 remain for Heretics. 2 of them coming in through spawn, and all 3 of them crumble.
Rapi banget bro, GENG bro, sumpah bro.
4-0 the way of GENG, as you mentioned.
Flash dash-nya bagus banget mereka, Cok.
One of the best starts you can have on a map like Ascent.
Semangat bang streamingnya, thank you Kak. Makasih ya.
The desk was right. It's one of their best maps. Yeah, that's disgusting.
I mean, he wasn't even necessarily looking.
Nah.
All reaction.
Those Overwatch players, they're built different, Doug.
Just cold.
They're used to plucking things out of the sky, having to flick left and right. Munchkin, he had a rough last map. Josh was talking about how he didn't convert any of the 1v2s that he had. More disrespect shown in A main. Padatech will punish.
Oh, yes, he will.
What?
Benji Fishy not satisfied with sitting back and watching. Gets active, gets involved.
Pick aja kalau nggak berani, bro.
Will also reap the benefits. And it seems like Heretics will get a round win. In flawless fashion, Padatech with 4 as Heretics are on the board.
Yeah, an absolute crisis was just avoided with winning that round and winning it cleanly. Now they have an opportunity to build up the economy. Padatech, man, I mean, I feel like he was one of the deciding factors in the win on the last map.
I would agree.
He started off so strong on that attacking side. He was the spark that his team needed, the spark that Rians needed to be able to be set ablaze. And although Rians is sitting at 0 kills right now, he does get that Odin online. We've seen how overpowered it can be on a map like this, especially towards that B site, spamming through all the walls. Even if you don't get a kill, you get all that chip damage in.
Aline A. Padatech holding the line. He's got his ult, but Munchkin does too. Traded in kind. Munchkin pushing forward, getting the best of Padatech. Is he expecting Boo on the other side? Yes, he is. Oh! He gets 2!
Ooh.
Not able to convert on the
What?
Benji Fishy! The 1-2 punch is too good!
Wah, mulai. Oke, bangkit mereka.
Control from Benji Fishy.
Gila si Benji, bro.
I was blessing him last time with my words, and now he's done it again.
Bukan nggak cek corner sih itu sebenarnya.
The transfer, the entry here from Munchkin, it was so good. It looked so.
Soalnya dia ngecek kiri kanan, bro. Tuh, dia ngecek yang kiri dulu.
From the 1-2 punch you mentioned.
And you can tell Munchkin, as soon as he goes through that door, check switch. But it was a sloppy check.
Yeah.
It was undisciplined.
He second-guessed himself.
Oke, lo Cok. TH pada teriak bang, iya GENG emang gak ada yang kalau orang Chinese kurang support.
I mean these tiny margins for error. Unreal.
Yeah, on Icebox it was that pop flash that he did that connected on 2 of his players.
Soalnya ini map defender, bro. Mereka harus dapat banyak, kalau nggak susah, bro. Yakin gua. GENG defense-nya kuat loh.
Gotta feel like he's kicking himself in the leg for that one.
There's no time to think about that though. GENG made a little bit of noise while they let Meteor sit and wait. but now eyes towards B.
And the problem here is Texture has no dash, so he's going to be met by a flurry of bullets. I say that, but that tag might just be enough to gain the space.
Oh, Riens handles that beautifully and then drops the dart, ready for the spam. Texture can't get out. He can't get in. What a play from Riens. The spark on Icebox. Now a full flame on Ascent.
Wah, gila dia dapat lagi, bro.
These kids seem like they can do no wrong right now. Oh, where is he gone?
Alarmbot's still up at mid.
Oh, Bush got utility out. Punished. Meteor finding the right time to strike. And now attention divided with 13 seconds left. Karen's gotta go.
Ya, timingnya, bro.
This through. He will fall at the hands of Woot.
Okay, nice. It's okay. Karena map defender, bro, emang agak susah ya.
That's what I was talking about, that early dash into A main. There was no kill off of it, so now in the mid round, in the late round, when you're trying to flood on a site, that opens up the opportunity for this Sova Dart to just get a tag on you, and that Odin. That was the demise of Heretics, so now they're taking a page from G2's book. Playing up close in the beginning, the spam game, flooding into back site, using utility. Patatek, if need be, can rotate over, throw pop flashes over the top.
Asal kamu bang, kanan dulu kalau di Indo emang ya. Apa alasan bro? Gua nggak alasan bro. Apa sekali map defender bro? Susah emang defend di attack di SN tuh susah guys. Apalagi engine-nya cuma satu duelist ya.
One round between these two and a moment to settle and a moment to slow. GENG's still in the lead, yes, and it looked so comfortable at first. And as you mentioned, you can make the compelling argument that they've won enough on this attacking side already, but honestly, it's an any given Sunday type beat right now. Anything can happen on game day.
And if you give the confidence to Team Heretics, they run away with it. And that's all off of mistakes that you made yourself. GENG, even on the last map, did a good job of setting themselves up for success. But then when it came down to actually executing and closing out the round,
it's okay guys, ini map defender soalnya guys. Dapat attack dapat 4-nya udah lumayan bagus guys. Ini kemungkinan besar attack-nya bisa 6 sama atau 5-7 guys.
Op online for Woot.
Attack-nya susah emang.
Op Odin.
What a brutal thing to have to deal with.
Yeah, 1-2 punch of its own, and it's all.
GENG dari Indo bang, bukan dari Korea, tapi dari Asia.
4 players tagged by that dagger.
And of course, oh gosh, I thought he was gonna fight, man. I thought he was gonna swing.
Just that little flash alone gives him all the info, though. He didn't even need to peek with it. He still heard, what, 2-3 players fully blind, just spamming away. That might set up some future kills.
Texture dikasih OP, udah deh. Ntar B-nya lagi, cok.
Cover going out.
So if he decides that he's not satisfied, he can take another shot at it. But instead finds comfort in the smoke.
Beautiful entry from Woot.
Texture again can't find a way in, but Karen has. Oh, but he still can't capitalize on it.
Defense-nya kuat cowok, susah nih defense, belum defense banget.
He peeks through the molly, Doug.
Unreal. Just so confident, so bold.
That's savage.
A 5v2 now, and it feels like the tables have turned.
Player standing.
How often, Dre, did we see throughout this series moments where the round had just started and then all of a sudden GENG's up 5-3, 2-4, things like that.
Champion baru ntar nih lu disorakin lo ya.
If you give Heretics an inch, they're gonna take a mile, maybe more. Munchkin will take out the first member of Team Heretics, and he does have time to get the bomb planted, but in these moments, Heretics on the retake, they're not likely to just give you free fights. They're going to go together. They're going to use whatever utility they have left in the round. I mean, they still have a drone.
Yeah. They're so disciplined.
What is that? Here comes the drone.
Yeah.
And the tag, the peek from Woot, securing the round. He opened it up, he re-swung in through the KO molly of Munchkin. He's got his mojo back, his swagger back.
Then also, I mean, Karen getting lit up, can't do anything about it. That peak was perfect.
Oh, even that shot. All he saw was the hair off Munchkin's back.
He didn't even need the light up off the drone.
This is ridiculous.
This
So we're
is
tied at 4.
ridiculous.
And they've all come in bunches. The timeline tells the tale. 10-4 for the Star with op in hand. 3 members. Texture being one of them, considering the peak right here.
Oh my
He's just
Yang lagi nih Wood. Emang Wood sebenarnya pedes guys, cuman baru nyala aja nih.
Jump peak.
Here.
He's scared too.
Wood is also giving up the line a little bit.
A dart used in A main for Lakia, so
Careful.
unless GENG invests the drone into this round to clear out mid, it should be a free first blood for Wu. That dagger lands, but you might think he's a B main or something. There is the connection.
It was a slow burn, but Texture falls. Munchkin on the counter punch though. As Wu
Masih di
finds
pick shot.
another. The smoke, the dash stays alive. Number still the way of the defense. GENG just feel like they've been spinning the reels the last couple of rounds. It's not from lack of effort. They've gotten this thing competitive. They've gotten it down to 3, but of course it's bad.
Pantitek lagi panas banget bro, Pantitek bro, sumpah bro.
Down. Lakia has delivered on this very site before. Can he do it again? It's not the same weaponry, it's not the same position, but the demand is arguably greater. Lakia down, getting 1.
Whoa!
Karen finding another. Can they win this 2v3 back? Rian's 1 away from his ult, but has 2 targets to find. Time is short, the drop is there.
Wah, bagus banget, Cok.
Third.
Bagus banget, gila.
Lead back.
Bagus banget kiri kanannya guys. Trade off-nya bagus banget, Cok.
Karen carrying the team right now with Lakia. The Omen flash, the TP. Who had too many targets to look at. He couldn't fixate on one. And then Lakia, who just slowly crept out of that site. Job well done from the boys at GENG. And Woot, I mean, he's looked like a completely different player on this map. Karen, oh man, he did such a good job in this round. Biding his time, not giving Woot anything, and then striking at the precise moment that he needed to.
Converting a 2v3. Into the next we go. GENG with 1 round lead. We've got a couple of ults coming online very soon for the attack. There are plenty on the other side too.
Ayo tekstur, ayo bangkit tekstur. Tekstur sebenarnya oke guys. Oke, di map ini udah oke guys.
We've seen GENG try to disrespect that one way quite a bit.
We've also seen GENG be really sloppy sometimes.
Oh.
Here.
No second charge, no second swing. Nicely done to conceal the op. You assume, but now that you hear the Vandal on the other side, they're gonna rotate back into it. Woot's got a line. Woot's got a shot, but it doesn't land. Fox a dash. Do they dare swing into him? Surely not.
So confident. Lakia is gonna drone him off as he should. But now there's a turret still there that you have to break, and he's still holding his ground.
Wah, miss mulu dia.
Tries to strike onto the 3rd, the 4th, and it's the shorty that delivers. Rian gets hits. There's a casualty involved, but it doesn't matter.
Tekstur ngapain, bro?
30 seconds left.
Tekstur ngapain, ding?
1v3. Or else Heretics are knotting us up at 5 apiece. He's close to the spike, but time is of the essence.
I have the spike.
He has no choice but to go forward. The problem is, forward is not safe. Forward is not secure. We're tied at 5.
Ngapain tekstur bro? Anjir gedes tapi nggak dapat apa-apa bro.
Woot absolutely overwhelming the opposition. I mean, he held his ground so much at first, all the way pushed up B main. Gets tagged by the KJ turret of Meteor and the swing of Meteor. Then goes all the way back up forward, falls all the way back to here, and does this.
Apa lagi tekstur begitu bro?
Plenty of reasons to smile.
Rian just had to take him out. He's like, yo, chill out, brother.
That timer's not moving, Dre.
Uh-oh.
Kayak timeout kali.
Trying to take a
Timeout
glance on
JJ
the
sih kayak.
stage.
6 sama juga udah OP sih guys. JJ sudah dapat 6 sama. 75 kan gue bilang, 75 juga udah enak. Tinggal defend bro. Defendnya kencang ini.
While we have the time, I would like to talk about, obviously, Heretics coming back into this half, making it an even game. They were down, what, 4-0?
Yeah, something like, 4-0. It didn't look good.
Yeah, it was the back-to-back mistakes that GENG made to allow it to go to 4-2. and give Heretics a way back into this game. If they can close out this half at about 7-5, it's something to look forward to on their attacking side for sure. But GENG, I mean, they're really good at a map like this. I'm sure they'll take 5 rounds any day of the week going to the defensive side of this map.
I think most teams on the attack side of Ascent would.
Yeah. And yeah, now the roles have reversed. Woot is on the top of the scoreboard, sitting at 13 and 6. Texture is at 4 and 9. But this is nothing surprising to me because Jet on attack, I mean, you either drop 30 or you're sitting at like under 10.
Yeah.
And that's like a good game.
Oke, telah defend guys. Ya, defend harusnya kenceng guys. OP tekstur ini ntar serem nih, bro. Di B, di A susah guys. Di solid pasti masuk ya.
And if you get the kills on top of it, yeah, that's icing.
Yeah, exactly. So nothing to be too worried about. But you can definitely tell that GENG are feeling a lot of the pressure and those nightmares that I spoke about that happened to them in Madrid. They're slowly seeping in to this stage.
Take pause ka ba nga to?
Those demons, those nightmares.
Bisa, kameramen. Bisa, kameramen guys. Bisa, bro.
And so we are back into the action.
Ayo, bangkit. Bisa.
The delay is over.
Tahan guys. Kasih GENG waktu sedikit, dia akan pasti bisa ngebalikin keadaan guys.
Meteor 1 away from his ult. And they've put Patetech back in line now.
Yeah, GENG never cleared him out in the last round. That allowed the quick rotation and the Sova ult setup from Rians in the previous.
Do they clear him? That crosshair certainly is trained that way.
They're not clearing him, Doug.
They're looking.
They're looking, but they're not clearing him, Doug.
Oh.
They're not clearing him, Doug.
Oh no. Oh no. He gets his 2. Almost gets his 3rd. Meanwhile, the Alpha at the top not able to connect the first time, but Woot does not miss twice.
Angelnya nggak dicek.
Again, as soon as the round starts,
Angelnya nggak dicek.
These are mistakes GENG don't usually make.
But we saw it a couple of rounds ago. Remember the hit, the check switch? It's the same idea. These little boxes that are not going checked.
And they're paying out dividends to Team Heretics.
30 seconds left.
The feet of Texture will be seen. Doesn't get tagged up. This would take an absolute miracle, but he might get the opening right here.
What?
Can't even get one as Benji Fishy cleans him up.
Biasa di molly kayak mereka ini biasa mereka molly guys.
And the last round of the half. We'll take a look at that one more time. This position from Patetech was so good. This was a trap that was set in the previous round, and you mentioned it. They didn't clear him in the previous round. They didn't check him last time. And even then, Texture was looking, but there wasn't the full commitment to clean the spot.
Okay. Kayaknya harus tetap sih defendingnya udah pasti menang GENG harusnya 2-1 bro. Lotus 50-50 lah, sama-sama kuat guys ya.
Nothing. Oh, there.
That hurts.
No kill, but yeah, a lot of damage done on a Meteor.
He's an important player to stay alive here too. He's got his lockdown online. Last round of the half.
It's a full B main trap. Omen flash off of the Killjoy turret and Odin spam.
Honestly, it's very simple.
Here we go.
Saw Patetech do in the previous round. There's the ult. Boo's on the swing. Benji Fishy holds the line. Forget the paranoia. It's a barrage of bullets, but GENG able to punch back. But they're off kilter now. Wavering, wobbling.
Flash.
That flash missing its mark. When you're 12 and 6, that's all right. You'll let that one go. Locky investing. Oh, he's getting tagged on Rians. Again, can he stay alive? The fancy footwork is so good.
I don't know how he does it. I do not know how he does
Sensor
it.
bang kalau ada whiteboard ada ya, langsung cepat mereka
It's
sensor.
not an easy thing to do. And Laka, he's so good with that ult as well. Patetech with that aggressive space
30
he took.
seconds left.
Just burning
Masih
the
winnable
clock
sebenarnya
down.
sih.
GENG have to clear out everything.
53 HP, 20 seconds left in the round.
I mean, Munchkin has to speed up here, throw the volley to delay so we can get the bomb down. If he doesn't,
well, there's no
Oh my
question of
God.
that now. They've gone behind it.
What?
How? Munchkin gets 3. Genji ties up at 6. That was a 2v4.
It's crazy.
Kenapa itu, guys?
Well deserved.
We gotta see that again. They looked so done. Look at Benji Fishy on the swing. This is what looked like the round was done for.
But Munchkin and Lakia, the trades in main, they played together so well.
And then this. Munchkin, what a hold. 3 on the round to ties at 6. We talked about how 5 could have been enough. We talked about how maybe even 4 would be enough to carry you into the next. This is anyone's map now, and you imagine Heretics on defense will look good. We've got Devi standing by with an interview. Take it away,
Hey guys,
Nika.
we have another special guest with us. Devi from PRX. Devi, what does it feel like? This whole crowd is cheering for you right now. What do you think of this crowd?
现在感觉我们现场的观众都非常的热情，为你们欢呼，感受怎么样？
Uncle belum pulang, guys.
Amazing. One word, if I had to describe, amazing. The people are so nice. The venue is huge. Probably one of my biggest regrets is not to be able to compete here, you know? So yeah.
会感觉说这里真的是太奇妙、太棒了，大家都非常的热情、非常的棒，场馆也非常的大，真的很希望有一天我也能够在这么大的场馆进行比赛。
Now the score is really, really close. Both teams have one map each. What do you make of the game so far?
现在比分非常的接近，大比分接近，大比分是1比1。那你觉得现在目前为止比赛进行的如何呢？
Honestly, I think it can go both ways. I think both teams play very good so far. And if I had to choose one team, it has to be GENG.
我们觉得现在两者皆有可能势均力敌，大家都打得太好了。如果一定要让我选择一支队伍的话，
Hello, akhirnya dia milih GENG, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Devi, for your time. And we're going to send it back to the game and back to our casters.
No.
Thank you so much, Mika. 6-6. What a fight we have on our hands. Now it's Heretics who are going to have to try to convert this and try to find success on a half that, on a side that's often unsuccessful. On a side that's often difficult to convert on.
A side where they completely lost the plot against G2. That comeback. I mean, they had nothing going for them. But maybe this Killjoy change for the side of Benji Fishy can be the answer that they're looking for.
You know, Josh was talking about it on the desk. This is what he felt like the change was for. It wasn't necessarily for the defense.
What?
It was to find success on attack. And success already found, courtesy of Wood.
Tapi dari mana tuh tiba-tiba, Cok?
Unreal on this map so far. In the
Si teksturnya juga tipe-tipe kayak something, Cok. Overpicknya itu juga lumayan, guys.
He's pining for more.
A little noise cut. Now they're gonna re-walk into B main off of that pressure. Utility being used to not get picked off. This is looking really good for Heretics.
Meanwhile, what looks like could be disaster. There's a fight afoot mid. The push through the smoke. Genji striking. Wood's playing his position, he's playing his timing, but Karen aware of the possibility. Now staring back as the spike
menang sih, 2 lawan 3 masih winnable sih.
Things slow down for just a moment. What can Meteor and Karen do?
Spike planted.
They're healthy. Healthy enough to make a run at this, but Meteor falls. Karen on the trade. Wood on the swing.
Oh, so smart to get out right there.
That's perfect, it's beautiful.
Oke, akhirnya dapat pistoron.
Heretics get the pistol.
But this is where Heretics faltered in their last match on Ascent. It was the anti-eco.
Tapi tekstur gantian turun sih, guys. 4-12, Cok.
Upon it. Look at this double swing into market right before the Omen Flash connects. Benji Fishy, the Killjoy with the Deagle. Maybe that was the answer.
That timing could not have been better.
Yeah.
Sheriff on my body.
Good communication.
Ayo, let's see. Kalau Genji-nya throwing sih gue nggak tahu ya, guys ya. Harusnya menang Genji, guys. Jadi defending side ya. Tinggal Byron aja, Byron.
Dodge the KO dagger.
Oh, the flash setup is so nice, but it's traded. And so the trap that was set up results in nothing.
Enemy down.
Oh. Making a statement.
Benji kencang nih, Benji.
You've got to get through this cleanly. The hopes of a bonus rest on this round. If they can get through this and save the Bulldog, save the Guardian, maybe even the Spectre. I'd still go so far as to say you invest around it.
Exactly, and this approach right now is what you want from the side of Heretics. The probe on the opposite side of the map. You have all info, nobody is B. And I guess it doesn't matter, you might as well go anywhere. Woot! Spamming through the smoke.
Cleaning it up with the Bulldog.
On the other side of the map, Benji Fishy just grabbed another orb. I mean, if they could cycle the bomb plant onto them, unless Karen goes down right here.
And he will. A flawless round for Heretics.
Bang Brandon ninja, guys.
But you're right, they
Ada anomali apa, guys?
Around, and oftentimes, all we ask for is a clean round, right?
Yeah.
Save your weapons.
Ada apa
try to take
ini?
as little damage as possible.
Tiba-tiba
Heretics realize
rame.
the moment does not get any bigger
Anomali
than
apa nih,
this.
guys?
Opportunity doesn't get any greater.
Don't do anything. Yeah. Like, that was the B player. I think I might be able to walk out B.
Great job.
Yep.
The probe, the human probe. You don't need utility.
The walking drone.
All he had was a sheriff, why not? If you run into the stack, that's the cue to just go A and do the hit. That being said, this is the first gun round for GENG's defensive side. Much like Patatek, Munchkin holding that A main space.
Kenapa jadi koper ping?
More than willing to give all that space up while they prod up mid slowly, surely.
Kenapa anomali? Kenapa anomali?
Next turret setup too, but the flash delays for just a moment, but you didn't hit extra. And he'll hit back. A couple more spotted, 59 HP for the duelist. Has to give the space up, and Munchkin will fill in behind it.
Oke, koper ping. Apa sih koper ping? Coba apa di koper ping, guys?
Just barely misses the sights of Meteor. And a freeze to the round, waiting for any type of mistake the defense is going to make.
Riens has his dart back up.
Whoa.
That could have been it. That could have been the opportunity, the possibility.
Defending side kuat, Cok.
But the thoughts, the potential of a bonus are surely gone here. Riens has upgraded a weapon. He's going to have to 1v4 to pull this off. A paranoid in space. No space is safe.
Bak ada maba lagi tuh sama Rida, Winda, Rida. Ntar guys ya sama Bang Mik ya, ntar ya.
Some really clean shots that flick onto the B main player.
Langsung rame begini guys.
That was a nice one.
Thank you teman-teman semua yang udah join. Jangan lupa di subscribe dulu, di like dulu guys, di like dulu ya, yuk, di like dulu, di like dulu, di like dulu. Di like supaya kalian semangat, biar gue semangat guys ya, supaya kita semakin
GENG win the first gun round and they win it pretty clean.
And there was plenty of possibility for it to go the wrong way. But they hang on. An exchange of utility at the beginning of the round. You see the knife already invested.
Napa anomali teleport?
And now Heretics want to explore mid. And Alarm Bot will keep them at bay, at least for a little
Napa
bit.
mundur-mundur, Jing?
Nothing else, it's just info.
This looks so similar to the last round that we witnessed.
Alarm Bot spotted. Now Heretics have options.
Napa jadi anomali mundur guys kalian guys?
Heretics.
Mundur. Mundur.
It's another freeze.
Maju.
Not gonna tag anything.
Mundur apa sih? Mundur apa sih?
Meteor's aware of where the hit's coming from. He understands he's getting surrounded. It's getting real cozy. It's getting real claustrophobic in there. But Meteor on the swing gets another. With a molly in his lap, strikes back. Things slow down. It's a 2v2 now. Boo gets a spike down.
Mundur apa sih? Mundur, Cok.
Munchkin is on the prowl. Riens keep him back. No, what a shot!
That was beautiful.
Defending side nih, bro.
Boo in a 1v2. With so much to do. One way will provide some cover.
Kopernya jalan, Bang. Terus. Apaan sama sih?
0.06, and as every second ticks off this clock, the situation gets more complicated, more difficult. He ate the flash, gets the first. Munchkin waiting on the other side of the box. Boo creeping forward. Closer and closer. Now, the drop down, the molly on one side. He's buying his time as best as he can. He's playing the clock. Munchkin's gonna get the kill. It's gonna be close. There's not enough time. So no! The Red Bull clutches. Heretics get 9.
Let that one soak in. IGL.
Gagal, guys. No.
Right at the end right there.
Anomali teleport yang ada di sini.
And so well played.
Ya malah nggak dapet, bro.
The back and forth, and yeah, he goes down, he falls, but he secured the round. And he secured GENG being put on a bad buy.
Oh my god.
Such a difficult situation. You said you got to let that one sink in, but Dre, there's no time to. 17th round is upon us, and the buy for GENG, as you mentioned, is rough.
Shadows traveling.
It's so impressive how Heretics can just, within a one-day turnaround, couple-day
Kalian
turnaround,
apa masa anomali sih? Gue emang kayak anomali guys ya.
New compositions.
Padahal gue udah ganteng begini guys.
Players, their macro game, their game sense, it's so
Gue udah
on
ganteng
point
begini bro.
to be able to apply everything they learn in such a short amount of time. It's so rare to find teams that can do this thing.
Coaching staff and the value they provided is incredible, but I mean, you can do all the prep. You can do all the work on the front end, but if the execution is not there, then it's all for naught.
Exactly. Can you actually
Kenapa gue
execute?
kayak anomali, Jing?
That they are willing to do that.
Aku pamit ya bang.
There's a lot of killjoy utility here. Patatech does not have his knife up.
What a shot.
And it's clear just like that. Almost effortless.
30 seconds left.
Got sheriffs on the other side. They've got to know that that's the case. The Singer and the Sheriff provide some value. They deal some damage.
Whoa!
And it's only getting worse. It's a 2v2. It shouldn't have gotten it down to this.
Kok nggak mati sih? Darahnya satu loh itu loh.
Almost a chance there on the actual A site. That was a nasty shot from Keren.
Jangan pergi! Jangan!
The timing of Heretics, the training, everything, just going their way. The utility, it was just too much. You don't have the gun advantage.
I mean,
Keren, he did all he could. This shot was ridiculous. That is disgusting. Benji Fishy on the lurk, the 4-1 coming out on top. The same exact anti-eco as the first time around.
Coba ini kok ini 2-1 sih.
GENG have to win this round. An operator invested, an Odin invested. And I think this is why you see Heretics just going for a full B main rush.
They have 4 ults online.
Whoa!
And 3 members, 1 away. Now Lakia gets his off.
Okay, Lakia, nice.
Bomb grenade out.
Lockdown used. Remember, Lakia just got his ult. Could counter with it, and he will. That's going to clear things out, and it's going to slow things down for just a moment, but never mind. Who wants to go for with the out punishes? Meteor, meanwhile, playing his cards beautifully.
Let's go, guys! Pedro, gue berhasil, guys. Gelo.
And they won it flawlessly.
Pedro, gue berhasil, guys.
A beautiful setup. The spam in the beginning from Lakia. He invests the Hunter's Fury late into the round. He didn't use it off the rip. He let it kind of tick down a little bit. It's almost as if he wanted some of the players from Heretics to overcommit so they can run into textures off, so they can run into Meteor and Logs. These are the micro things that when GENG do it correctly, it makes them look like world beaters.
Get out of my way.
Knife used at the beginning here. The blades invested by Woot. He's not going to have him for a little while. That knife will cause problems.
Yeah, makes them back away promptly. Woot decides to just hang around here. See if he can get any kills given to him, but...
Anomali Pedro, kenapa anomali Pedro?
Pretty safe.
Era subscribe bang ini biar bisa komen bang. Terima kasih ya. Terima kasih ya guys ya. Terima kasih ya.
Something of the sort. And Texture, he's just tucked heaven here. No reason to swing.
Terima kasih.
A lot of info gathered B main. That's a free orb. Maybe he can catch a timing if he pushes all the way through, but we're already 4 players here, Doug.
Yeah, the problem is Lakia cleared all that space to be made, and then you've got the alarm bot mid too, so they can stack all A, understanding where the hit's coming from.
Karena ini pisaunya hilang bro.
And now knives traded. If there was doubt before, there isn't anymore.
Ngapain?
Meteor tries to catch a timing, tries to get aggressive and cheeky. Pays for it with his life, but the rest of the guns around him.
Let's go. Karon texture.
Patatech in a 1v4 with the Guardian in hand.
Wah! Nembak apa
What a
tuh?
shot that must have been.
Nembak apa tuh guys?
Meteor, he had to run.
Rio kok tambah
He
cakep.
was stuck with a shock dart behind him, a molly in front of him. I don't blame him for going for that. And then the actual site, the anchors of A, who didn't move the entire round.
Banyak adik-adik yang lucu ya di live hari ini.
Good job of playing off of one another. Keren The Omen flash, that flick, that quick scope, beautifully done. Good execution from Texture.
And so Heretics will call a timeout. And the
Timeout dulu guys, timeout dulu guys, timeout dulu guys. Yuk, absen yuk. Mumpung lagi timeout, absen dulu guys. Absen. Mumpung lagi rame guys ya. Ada Kenzi hitam, ada Aji, ada Damar, ada Ikrab, ada Zaim, ada Anomali, ada Venia, ada Dimin, ada Roxy, ada Kim Jong, ada Rafiq, ada Acel, ada Werki, ada Mike, ada Bayu, ada Lazy Wanderer, ada Nukun, ada Zems, ada Ahmad, ada Rizky, ada Rar, ada Rafli guys ya. Thank you guys ya. Kita lagi menunggu semoga GENG bisa balik guys, bisa memberikan yang terbaik lagi ya. Karena dia lagi naik turun performanya guys ya.
Jewel of this tournament sits between these two titans. Every time you glance across the stage, you're reminded of what you're playing for, what you're close to, or on the other side, what's slipping away. One round separating the two. Heretics on top. Got a couple of ults.
Buang.
GENG with plenty to play around.
Yeah, the ult economy is insane right now for GENG.
Jadi udah kaya banget bro.
Point out is this attacking Odin. It makes me believe that
Kenapa kecewa sih? Kecewa kenapa kecewa bro?
Would you invest into an Odin on the attacking side?
Nikita bang, halo Nikita.
The lamppost? That's what's keeping him safe?
What?
Here.
Crouching and staying alive.
He thinks he's still there. Surely he gives up that angle eventually, but if he sticks around for too long.
Main simulator bang ya nanti ya guys ya.
Oh, the footstep made. I think here's that.
Disebut kamu gelo.
Alarm bot's still up though.
Texture gives the space away, but you're right. The alarm
Texture bisa tahu bang. Ya emang kalau pro player kan matanya mata dewa, cow mata
kucing. Has shown so far is a lean
mid hit
towards
nih.
A.
Mid to B dia, B split.
He wants to try to play around this, or he'll just clear it. Forget about the element of surprise.
Okay, let's see. Nice.
Early killjoy ult. Meteor not liking the silence around the map.
Rian's having to invest the ult to counter it and trade it out. And will eventually get cleared. Remember Meteor, how well he plays this time, how well he plays this position. Now in a spot to do it again. As he hears footsteps coming through, Patek had him. Read him the entire time.
Ngapain defense-nya? Astaga.
Spike will go down. Texture and Munchkin sitting back. Forced to rotate over. They've been able to clear one, but the trades are perfect. Heretics will get to 11.
Ngapain dia,
What a call off of the timeout. That was absolutely ridiculous.
Yes!
A smoke in mid 2, a late knife A main, and it was that
Menang dia
I
padahal ya.
talked about. That kind of foreshadows the B hit to come through. There's no way you're buying that gun and going A. But they baited 3 members of GENG to stay at A site. There were no KO flashes over the top. And yeah, Karen invests that Omen ult to get backside B. But Woot, it's the Woot show, baby.
Gila Woot
It wasn't for the first couple of chapters, but it is now. Texture with Yop. Has
what?
Woot does it again. This is the Woot that we were talking about at the beginning of the tournament, at the beginning of the series. This is the Woot that was supposed to stand up against Texture.
The one that's been redefining what he is. On a roll that's not his.
Tembaknya bisa begitu, cok.
They're so close. The flash over the top. They have to spam. And Boo is the nightmare. Gonna clean them up, and now they can waltz their way into A for free. But Meteor causing problems, dealing with pressure from both sides. He's able to alleviate a little bit of it, but it's too overwhelming, it's too great. Lucky has to save.
And if I'm Heretics right now, once that ticker goes down enough to where you know it's safe, maybe you leave one guy there, I am hunting. I'm looking for this operator. I am not letting GENG breathe. The economy is fine, forget it. But if you get this operator out, you don't have to worry about that going into the next round.
I mean, you've got him in the corner, you've got him against
Ente
the
kah,
ropes, with
GENG kalah lagi
shoulders
kah
slumped
Grand Final.
and head heavy. And that could be the final blow to put him away. And so they will. Perhaps a bit too late, though. Lakia will hang on to it. He'll take the op.
Nah, baru aja efek, bangsat.
Doug, you talked about fundamentals. In that timeout, what have we seen so far? We've seen a team that called a perfect round, a perfect fake towards A, leaving 3 players there. Into this round where once they're up 4v5, they're not peeking into A main dry. A KO flash over the top. Oh, wow. Watch this. Decimated. But this, the KO flash over the top. Catching the re-aggression from GENG. And for the side of GENG. And for the side of GENG, a timeout. And also, in that round, when you're down 4v5, sometimes you gotta make something happen. You gotta get aggressive somewhere else, try to even the score. But right now, it's those fundamentals that you mentioned that Heretics have somehow learned on a map that they've only played 2 times this year.
Tekstur, bisa tekstur.
Heretics walked into this arena with memories of Madrid close by. Right?
Ini kenapa tuh nggak tahu guys?
Go 0-2 and early tip out of the
pusing
tournament.
guys, begini mulu cot ya final anjir.
We're here to maybe make a run, but we come in with a sub. I mean, how much can we really do? They walked in as challengers with an Emperor staring them down in the arena. And they're the ones who were gunning for the crown.
Pedro apa sih? Pedro malah kalah nanti tuh.
This entire year, they've looked so good on it. They've looked like one of the best teams, and right now, Heretics are sitting on match point for the next 3 rounds at least.
Ada orang Indo bang nggak ada, tapi kan Asia.
Right here. How do GENG respond? Munchkin has his ult. Another slow round. Knife getting a little bit of info, spotting Karen on the other side.
Enemy tag.
The drone only seeing one, and it's Benji Fishy, so there's no real reason to think something else is afoot. No reason for suspicion.
Ooh, nice.
Shock will deal a little bit of damage, a little splash. And listen to the map. You could hear a pin drop, and that pin is the swing! Meteor falls, Lakia checking the smoke! Assassinating Whoop, but getting traded! A 3v3 now, as they've invested everything into this. Heretics not interested in playing any more rounds here. But GENG will not go down without a fight. They will not relent. So they take the 3 that they have forward. The Knife will buy a little bit more time. Riens is on swing with the drone. Texture cannot get in. It's uncomfortable. It's not easy. It's labored. Texture with some high ground now, dashing forward. Still torn asunder by his teammates. Not able to join up, not able to come at this collectively. And that spike has been ticking for a long time. Now committing, all of them huddled back sight. Can they get him out of those pesky corners? They've gotten 2. Can Boo do it by himself? He's gotten it down to 1, but the smoke provides cover. He's got to check in, and he does! The Red Bull clutch from Heretics! A set goes their way! They've gotten this damn close! Now 1 map to potentially decide it all. Lotus, after this break, do not go anywhere.
1 enemy remaining.
Guys, gimana nih guys? Mau party nih kalau bakal menang guys. Mana kalah cok. Coba dukung TH bang. Oke kita dukung TH guys ya. Coba dukung TH guys ya. Dukung TH guys ya. Dukung TH gimana caranya guys. Cara dukung TH guys. Oke. Oke guys. Karena kita mau dukung TH, kita mengadakan sedikit selebrasi untuk TH guys ya. Semangat TH! TH juara, ayo! TH juara, 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 TH juara. Ngejinx. Ini adalah curse dari Rio untuk ke TH guys ya. Kita kasih Pedro curse nggak sih guys buat TH guys? TH. Tiap TH mana kita Pedro gak sih guys? Pedro gak sih? Pasukan Pedro mana pasukan Pedro guys? TH semangat! Nah. Jangan lama-lama. Kalau lama-lama ntar jadinya baik, bukan baru buruk ya. Ten. Bang, coba nonton yang only chat dulu bang. Only chat, maksudnya apa sih only chat bro? Only chat apa maksudnya only chat? Only chat maksudnya apa guys? Only chat guys? Sekte Pedro. Siapa yang di sini yang sekte Pedro guys? Kan sekte Pedro guys sekarang guys. Saya udah nggak pengen sekte GENG guys. Nanti guys, gue bisa ganti nih guys, gue bisa ganti yang mau gue tonton guys ya, coba kita ganti ya. Tuh ganti guys, lihat guys. Ganti mana mau ganti apa ganti guys. Tuh ganti guys ya. Oke coba ya. Pilih mana. Mau yang mana guys. Salah Counter Strike. Bawah just chatting. Nih. Bahaya guys. Berbahaya. Aduh, berbahaya guys, jangan Jangan, nanti kita jadi bukan watch party game guys. Watch party ladies ya. No. Jangan sus ya. Genji lagi choking, dia choking.
It's not been easy. Every single map they started off with the deficit.
Lu harus minta maaf. Minta maaf kenapa sih?
Think about how especially starting off the
Review
defense,
akun
they're
X
able
lu
to
bang.
turn
X
things
apa?
around. And the performance from Wood on this one, he's finally alive.
Yeah, he's back. He's doing well again.
Yeah, and I want to.
Nggak boleh bang ya, nggak boleh apa bro?
Heretics is like discipline and fundamentals.
Jangan cok.
I felt like the big thing about that game was GENG's lack of first kills. And so once Heretics were able to get into those 3v3s, favorable 3v3s, they were able to close it out.
And that's a bit of a contrast to that first half too, where we saw Texture really coming online, getting some massive first kills, and also to that first map that GENG managed to pick up.
Lu bikin Winda sedih, kenapa dia bikin gua sedih?
This guy finding form in the perfect moment of the finals here, and playing against a guy in this form has got to be really difficult, especially for GENG. You can't help but remember that last finals against Sentinels. It feels
Gila,
really
Wood kencang.
similar here,
Tiba-tiba
right?
kencang lagi bro.
And the players start falling offline, their opponents peaking at the right time. This is a really dangerous situation for GENG.
And look at the comparison, right? The Wood on Icebox versus now on Ascend. The numbers are completely different. They tell a very, very different story. But I also want to give a shout out to Neilzinho, because I think that his timeouts are having a lot of impact, especially when they were on the attack. And we knew that it was going to be complicated, not only because you're against GENG, but because in the past you have already stumbled against, you know, something in the way. And I think that he had a massive impact also.
Belum main guys, sabar ya.
He did indeed, but this is the thing. If GENG don't pull it back, if they cannot win on Lotus, it will be a very similar story to Madrid. And Josh, are you at all worried now after what we saw on Ascent?
Not at all. For Heretics' sake,
for GENG.
For GENG, I feel like their mental might be booming a little bit. They always have a question of like mental resilience, and I feel like Heretics is now on an upward swing. I want to see like really strong A fights, Texture back online and getting his first bloods again, and I feel like that's their way to get back in.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you also, because now that we're going on to Lotus, we saw Heretics yesterday in the lower final changing the composition and actually having a very good performance.
Watch party face cam bang maksudnya?
Something that they're going to be keeping up today, because also GENG decided to start on the defense here on Lotus. Do you think there's some preparation coming specifically for that?
Yeah, so like GENG, once they have the Odin and op-up, it's so hard to deal with them. Lockya gets the A-line with his Odin and...
Dapat tuh tentang map baru ya bisa jatuh bang. Ya seru biar ada experience baru guys, biar nggak bosan gitu-gitu.
They also do a really good job of like varying where Texture is going to be on the defense, kind of throwing in some of those forward defensive plays like we saw from them on Icebox as well. But for Team Heretics, I think a big point this whole event has been the momentum. When Woot and Benji start getting on that board, when they start yelling, getting up out of their seat, giving each other those special handshakes, the momentum continues to flow. And for this team that started out with literally everyone not believing they could go on a run with a
ini Wood doang sih. Wood yang bikin penentu sih guys kalau kata gue guys. Wood ini penentu banget bro buat si ini guys. Sedangkan GENG teksturnya lagi nih guys, lagi agak choking ya, nggak nembak ya. Ya nggak sih guys, kalau gue melihat ya guys, si Wood ini lagi naik apa sih, lagi abis turu, dia perform lagi, jadi timnya bangkit semua.
Remember guys, Lotus is where in the past where they have tripped up, is where their mental resilience has fallen a little bit. And Josh, GENG are the kind of opponent where you cannot make mistakes because they will punish you for it.
Oh yeah. Their openings are so strong and highly optimized.
Tapi resnya Wood gris sih.
Heretics will have trouble trying to fight against that. So I hope that Heretics start moving away from their really strong opens and start playing out the macro from there.
Yeah, especially also looking at the head-to-head between Meteor and Benji. We were talking about it at the beginning of the day. Benji is the kind of player that will try and find those solutions, even going for the operator on the attack if things are not happening and GENG is too aggressive.
Team Heretics attack sides have been really good throughout this tournament.
Kenapa 8% bro?
They do have to find a way to deal with this aggression from their opponent, find the right timings to re-clear space.
Well, this is it. GENG, if they
Analitik
don't
Bang
win
Winda udah pada balik. Maksudnya? Maksudnya apa tuh? Analitik Bang Winda udah pada balik.
They have to dig deep here if they want to.
Ya harusnya menang GENG kalau misalnya GENG nggak choking ya, harusnya. Data juga harusnya menang guys, tapi choking.
To get one step away and not able to accomplish what you set out to do so twice is devastating. That's heartbreaking, and that's the position GENG are in right now. They flirted with it They've taken a pass at Destiny, and they haven't been able to close the book. Meanwhile, you've got Heretics who are here to write their own story, to write the future, to change the way we think about Valorant and the way we think about the era that is upon us. And to have one map away from doing it, the opportunity doesn't get any sweeter than this.
Where are you?
Let's go.
On their map pick of all, Lotus could be the death blow to GENG.
Kalau GENG guys, lihat rotasi guys. GENG satu orang A jaga Rubble.
To the pursuit of hardware.
Agak susah sih ini bro.
Heretics on the attacking
GENG
side.
biasa guys lurking ya, cari info.
Will have to figure out how they weather this reckless abandon from these kids. And they'll have to do so soon.
A very slow approach with Benji Fishy prodding at C while the silent walk up, the death ball is on A. And they had so much utility out and ready. Had there been anybody Rubble,
they would have pounced right off the bat. You're absolutely right.
Ayo bisa ya, bisa ya, bisa ya.
And what a
A-nya
mess
cuma
that
satu
would've
lagi cok. A-nya gosong tuh guys, digebukin guys. Atau lawan 4 bro, gosong tuh.
players on the B site. There is a rotation over from Munchkin.
Cover going out.
Karen, he was so good at anchoring A site in the last map.
Can he find the same success? No.
30 seconds left.
We'll drop a Munchkin weak. Patatech on the swing. Somehow he stays alive. It's Lakia.
Spike down.
Makes a ridiculous run at this. He's gotten Meteor this far. He's gotten him to the doorstep of a pistol. But Rians and Benji Fishy are looking to take it and make it their own. Spike goes down. Time was short. Now Meteor will have to make a play. He's going to have to get active. The right click not connecting. A switch to heavier weaponry. How does he find a way around this? Look at how well Rians and Benji Fisher are playing this. They drop him. 12 steps away.
The timing on that walk-up was so perfect.
Go to hey, let's go!
Juggling, fumbling his utility. And then yeah, he got scrappy. Lakia hitting some really nice shots, jumping through that smoke, trying to save his team from losing this first pistol round.
And almost did.
Yeah. Okay, course.
He's been so good all series long, and he keeps on delivering here.
Kita course dia guys.
GENG, not really interested in investing much here. Sheriff and some utility. You also got that
Course.
right at the top.
Yeah, we'll end up forcing Patatech to take a step back, but
Course.
this is the slow approach that we saw, much like Ascent, a 4-1 split on the anti-eco.
The tricky thing, though, about Heretics is, man, they slow it down, and just when you think you've got their pace understood, they punch you in the mouth.
Yeah. Patatech right now, he's just a human drone. A role that we saw Benji Fishy doing in the previous.
And he did it well. They're pushing into a fair amount of resistance here, but the resistance crumbles. All of it picked apart. Texture and Karen now starting to rejoin the scene, but the crime has already taken place. Wood is weak, 9 HP, but it's going to be so tough to get their way into this. It seems like they're going to
Si Wood taruh crosshairnya perlu dipelajarin sih, nggak banyak gerakin tapi mouse aimnya pedes banget bang. Iya Jo emang.
Not give away any ult orbs. Not give any advantage to the opposition. Oh, that was close.
Almost.
And now they know. They've drawn out the paranoia, and that's going to have them push. Texture trying to keep them back. He will fall. Karen takes one with him. A consolation prize for his troubles as he gets two. That's all it'll be. You want these rounds to go as cleanly as you can. And yeah, they keep 2 Bulldogs, but that was anything but.
Yeah, that's a W round for GENG considering the start on the site. 2 players falling in water.
Ayo dong bro. Masa lo mau kalah lagi bro di grand final bro.
So some salvation to that round, that eco round. And now
Capek sampai sini ya guys ya.
GENG fully, but there is an Odin invested from Benji Fishy. So weird to see that he can actually buy into the next round, even with spending so much money on this gun, and it's doing so much damage.
Oh, Texture's down to 29 HP and he's dead. Again, the combo is too much. I mean, if Heretics pull this off, what a nightmare it would be, but GENG standing strong, keeping it close. Really nice repositioning by Karen there. And he's gonna get away.
Gila, Karen bagus banget, bro.
A lot of hurry up and wait now. As things slow down, the door is tapped. Prowler's used.
2 lawan 2 sih, guys. Tapi kalau Karen mati, nah itu dia.
Such a bold swing! How in the world did Rians do that?
Aduh.
Full control. He's taking over this map.
He's taking over the series.
What could be the last dagger, the last slash.
Last player standing.
Going wide there, and the shots just not connecting for GENG.
The positioning was so tough there too. They stack up, they line up.
Ah.
And they mess up because of it. Early paranoia.
GENG bisa dong, GENG. Semangat GENG.
As well. Traded in kind on the other
Ayo TH bisa, bisa kalah yuk.
Heretics slow things down once more. GENG have a pretty formidable defense towards C right now. Not only do they have the KJ utility, but they also have 3 members here. Texture being one of them, but the gun's not great.
And Heretics right now, they're playing so smart. They baited the orb tap. They're waiting for any type of trap play, and here it is. They're not going to get punished whatsoever.
A step ahead of it.
The counter punch.
Forcing GENG to play the
Nice,
game they
Meteor,
want to
satu.
play, but Meteor perhaps interested in making his own. Still dancing up,
What?
and down, in and out, dropping boo. Sheriff shot secured, but finally will fall. They've got to tuck tail and get away from this.
What? 3 lawan 5 kalah loh.
They've lost the situation.
3 lawan 4, bro.
Hey, Benji Fishy almost died just there.
He has to stay. He has to control the guns.
Yeah.
And yeah, A-site is free, but now it's going to be 2 upgrades. And if they can steal this round away, a round that GENG surely have the advantage of.
Munchkin's gonna cut him off. He's already there. They know where he is.
Enemy remaining.
That's the spike.
Spike down.
That's the
A.
round.
Nah, thrifty, bro.
Tactic's been good, but not this good.
10 seconds left.
Oh, there's no time as well. What a round from Meteor. Dodging the Omen flash. It was all up to him. Solo hero on an island.
Wow.
And it's the MasterCard Thrifty for GENG. The back and forth finesse, getting those 2 kills, his first 2 of the map. Oh my gosh.
It's like you're trying to play whack-a-mole against this guy. But every time he pops up, he's not just tempting you, he's killing you.
Yeah.
1 enemy remaining.
Munchkin cutting off.
Ayolah, bisa lah, yuk.
That was all she wrote.
Teksturnya. Ayo, Bang Tekstur, opa.
Oh, again.
Texture getting spammed out.
Somehow he still gets a kill on Dabu.
Tekstur bunuh 1.
They thought there was enough suppressive fire, enough cover for him to get around and TP across, but Texture a step ahead of it. And Lakia showing he can do a bit of the same.
Yeah, the counter spam.
Oh.
2 Odins on the map. It's just complete chaos on A. Amongst all that, you're right, Texture getting that pick. So impressive to do, especially on low HP. Good use of Molly to break that alarm bot.
Yeah, and that's going to force things to slow down a little bit here because GENG have to respect what's potentially on the other side now.
And that's why you see the lean from Meteor. He knows he has to pick that up. That threat of a B split or any type of B pressure, it's so hard to hold with just one person. And early Roomba invested at A. And right now it's Heretics doing a C default, but if they do not push up and break this Killjoy turret, there's no need for GENG to have to rotate anybody.
It seems like Meteor's going to try to anyway. Karen with Paranoia at the ready.
Super proactive with utility is GENG.
Patek plays this so patiently, decides not to pull the trigger, decides not to strike despite it aching for the touch. Benji Fishy pushing forward, the Nightbot in the face. Meteor falls. Woot will join him though, as the spike now down.
Nice!
And again, they're thrown apart, they will fall. Rians would have to 1v3 through this. They've gotten the spike down. All he has to do is buy time. Much like we've seen a couple of rounds already in this series. Eye gets clear, the spam through all of the targets spotted. He gets 1,
nice.
But it's just too much.
Semangat Genji bang.
He's outnumbered as Genji will get their second.
Ini sih kayaknya masih bisa 2 sama sih guys.
Great discipline.
Cuman Genji jangan shocking aja guys. Jadi Genji tuh kadang nembak kadang kagak gitu loh. Itu yang bikin dia kalah bro. Kadang nembaknya nge-whiff semua.
Just hold his ground. Let the kills come to him. This is that entry. Oh, it was through the smoke. What? Oh, what a shot.
Snappy from Munchkin.
Beautiful. And then just there at the end, just holding the ground. Much like Karen, just waiting for the mistakes. Letting the game come to them.
And with that comes the second round of the half for them. Heretics with a shot.
Ulti Texture ada ulti guys. Ini si Wood ultinya nggak ini ya, nggak efektif tadi ultinya di Wood ya. Nggak ada orang soalnya.
This time a little bit more aggression, a little bit more fight out of the defense.
A little bit of friendly fire there as well with that paranoia. But, I mean, no one there from Heretics to try to punish that. And even if they try to go through there, there's a tether at the other end of it. Too much utility to deal with. That's why you see them take in the C space.
What?
I didn't realize Benji Fishy had that good of an arm.
Yeah.
Meteor in a lot of trouble here, under a lot of pressure, but he gets his 2. Oh, he is the one who's the problem.
What?
Just when it seemed like he bit off too much, dinner bells ring.
The jump from over the top of sight, the molly,
Gila, line up kaji bro.
It was like we were in a movie, in real time, in action one. Mission Impossible, perhaps. Beautiful fadeaway.
Gila, Meteor.
Nicely done. And hype out of the players from the Gen G
Nice.
squad.
Genji boleh bangkit.
Heretics calling a timeout as we're tied at 3 apiece. This map has already been so competitive. We've already seen so many of these little micro games play out. Again, the Odin span that we talked about at the beginning, the conditioning of clearing all of the KJ utility on the defense.
Pedro Padra.
But it's the Heretics who are forced on the back foot first.
And yeah, and they've been impressive the last time they played this map of Lotus on this new composition they decided to run. But on the flip side, Gen G, I mean, they're no slouch to a map like Lotus. I've seen so many highlights of Texture just going absolutely nuclear on this map.
And if I remember correctly, it was Josh who was talking about it on the desk. They're hard to beat when they get going.
Yeah, and they're fired up right now. They're ready. They're not going down without a fight. Thrifty rounds can fuel you.
Take a look at the ults right now on the side of Gen G. There are a lot to pick from. There are a lot to choose from here. That's why you see the value, the importance of this timeout.
Ults, economy, everything in their favor right now.
See that paranoia out the horn over the top. Or they sit and die. And that's all Heretics can do.
Texture's intuition and timing is so on point right now. A lot of these kills, he's just getting spammed through smokes, but he's just aware of where they're gonna play. And Munchkin will clean it up with a nice spray.
That looked so easy. That looked so effortless. A flawless round for Gen G. On the other side of a timeout from Heretics too. Take a look at it one more time.
Guys, masih ada aja dia guys.
The paranoia over the top. I mean, it was such a pretty setup. A cacophonous chorus of utility.
Masih ada aja dia bro, apain sih bro?
It's the sweetest song that Gen G has sung. Just pistols for Heretics now. Benji, Fishy, and Boo with their ults. You can't imagine those are invested this time around. Gen G getting a little active across the middle of the map.
Yeah, what's this?
Trying to clear out the turret. The door is tapped.
Bring them down.
And it's just a game. Prowler getting a little info. Spam War is going the way of Gen G.
Good tether to delay.
And now the paranoia to make things even worse. Off the swing, Lakia can't find anything yet.
What?
But Patatek can.
Hang on now. Meteor down and Heretic slow it. But Texture striking when the moment is right.
Nice banget coy, Genji bro.
Genji get another.
Okay.
Just clean rounds right now from Gen G. Yeah, it got a little scrappy. Patatek gets a fadeaway kill on the jiggle. But Gen G corralled them into that door, that broken door area, and just funneled them with utility. Texture's able to hold a little off angle right here. Takes a little sidestep. They line up perfectly. That opens up Lakia to activate right after that.
Like lambs to the slaughter.
Nice setup.
Lamb to the slaughter.
Corralled and controlled into their death as we turn our attention to the 9th round. Back on guns for both sides.
And 5 in a row for GENG.
Texture lagi sering vandal bang. Mungkin lagi bau kayak Phantomnya.
Eco for Heretics. And we might be looking at a 7-3 half.
Heretics have tools. 4 ults to choose from. GENG and Opera offering their own. I mean, again, this KJ setup that they have on C and then the personnel to reinforce it, to bolster it.
Okay, ini mainnya sih enak banget mereka, Cok.
Yeah, you peek through that. Turret will connect onto you. Omen flash comes
Bisa
out.
masuk
All
saja
of a
ini,
sudden,
bro.
everyone's blind.
And the nanos are cooking you at your feet.
Yeah, like that eco round.
You're done. And a refreshing of the smoke now from Karen to make things worse. To bleed the clock a little bit more.
Whoa! What is that?
Texture's back. Do they commit here? They don't really have any other option. There's nowhere for them to go. They tap the door to suggest they're going B, but the alarm bot will keep them there. Now, Nightfall through, Paranoia trade, and the swing out from Karen as they wait. And he's gonna get one. Meteor holding them back, dancing around the utility, only able to find a little bit of success, but it might have been enough. With 10 seconds left, the spike out of reach. Wood has to try to scoop it up. They have to get active. They've got to do so soon. Slowing things down a little bit, only finds one. Can Riens be a hero once more? The jump spot not gonna land.
Let's go, GENG kenceng guys.
GENG gets 6.
Oke, 2 sama gak sih?
Another great setup from GENG.
2 sama gak sih, guys?
That was that paranoia I was speaking about. Delays the flood, connects onto multiple members. It allows Karen to go wide. Oh, this was crazy.
Little fade away.
Yeah, that was a hard read on just the timing. He was gonna shoot no matter what, regardless of Padatech peaks or not. Why not?
Karen handled that so well. I mean, all the utility perform. You know, you've got Omen TPing top box. You've got Han over your shoulder, very calmly selecting the right targets and then adjusting. And this, Dre, this is a surprise to me because that's the 2nd timeout on the side of Heretics, and it's been burned before we hit the 10th round.
Kalau GENG kalah kasih keras lagi apa katanya, Bang?
Completely slipped away. This is an attack-sided map. But then again, I mean, you think about last map. You think about 6 rounds that
FOMO nih orang, FOMO kenapa sih FOMO, Cok? Gue dukung GENG guys, jelas gue dukung GENG, bro.
So it's not over yet.
Saya nggak tahu kenapa gue dukung GENG guys.
Going into the defense, they might have a shot. But right now, GENG, they didn't even have to invest a lot of those ults into that round. They've been sitting on these for quite a bit of time.
It's a little insurance padding.
Yep.
A little rainy day type beat.
Texture's 1 away from another showstopper. So he's going to use 2 ults potentially in a half where nobody else on his team has used even one. I think maybe Lakia used 1 fade. The only other player to commit an ult.
6 rounds in a row, momentum fully the way of the number 2 seed from the APAC region. In hot pursuit of their first championship ever.
Oh, ada iklan di bawah, itu iklan dari Twitch, guys.
Immense, and let's see if this little combo right here, Nate Tether, can be even greater.
Oh, it hurts! It hurts so much!
What?
Texture gets 4! That's a showstopper online for sure. Boo will get his 2, but what a trap!
We've seen so many teams try to go for that, and it never works.
Not like that.
That worked to perfection. Oh my goodness.
One enemy
that might be one of the most satisfying images I've seen. So fired up, the pillow fell from the back of his chair.
Placing swamp grenade.
Nggak jadi es, marah-marah dia, Cok.
Still.
Marah-marah, nggak ada es, guys.
Yeah, almost 5. But for both sides, 4 ults apiece.
Heretics have to make a stand here. They have to find a way to punch back.
The problem is GENG have been so disruptive. I mean, Heretics, apart from the pistol round, they haven't really had a chance to even touch a site. And Lakia I mean, he tagged up. Padatech, they're very low. 6 HP.
They had no choice but to shoot back.
The fear of the Odin.
It's real.
Boo just sprinting out of there. He wants nothing to do with it.
Skitty papa, beep beep beep, skitty papa da poop poop.
Pick up a rifle in that moment for Lakia. Proactivity, front B. Rocket for rocket.
The first 55 gone without a kill, but now Wood on the swing and Munchkin on the kill. Texture over the top. Benji Fishy had nowhere to go. He takes him down with him, but the damage has been done. Oh, this position is so difficult as well.
30 seconds left.
I mean, if they try to commit B, they have to be concerned about what's on the other side. Boo falls. Lakia holding the line, waiting for the swing, and they waltz to their death. Padatech not able to fight back. Rian's worse for wear.
Nice util sumpah.
Lakia will get Gen G to 8.
Solo anchoring the A site from the start of the round to the end of the round. Getting the best in the spam duel. And then closing it all out. Benji, fortunate to connect there on the texture. That animation of the rocket can be so damning. But it funneled everybody into Lakia. And he closed it out, sitting at 9-4-9. Texture, the man I spoke about.
Itu dia pikir udah kelar, bro.
A bit of a lackluster performance on Ascent. And they're setting the tone. They're changing the pace. Full aggression through C.
They have to go fast. They have to go aggressive. Because time is short. Woot popping the rocket. And again, Gen G, as you mentioned, hot to trot. 3 on the prowl. Benji Fishy considering.
Nah, kalau ada ulti enak itu, Cok. Side-nya bro sama Lakia dia pakai ulti, bro. Broku berpikir sudah selesai, broku.
There's the first. Now Meteor will have his along with Benji Fishy. Hang on, folks. This round is going to be insane.
The nade does not connect.
Where's Boo gone? He TP'd behind them. You have to suspect that he's there. There's no way you disrespect that. There's no way you ignore it. Meanwhile, the push forward. Munchkin gets caught. 4 players detained. And Boo pushing forward. Genji gets alive at the right time. Boo gets 1, but that's all it'll be. Genji a 9-3 half.
What an answer back. This series just keeps on giving.
Untung menang, Cok. Kalau kalah diomelin tuh akhirnya tuh.
I mean, they got away with 9 rounds in a row. Lakia, the easiest kills of his life, and possibly the most meaningful. For him to get those there was perfect. So a 9-3 half away, Genji, trying to push us to split. We've got another interview standing by. Right now, Mika's hanging out with Life from FPX to get his thoughts on what he's seeing around him.
Hey guys, we have another halftime interview for you, and guess who's here?
Yo, 大家好，我是 Formula Life. Hello guys, I'm Formula Life.
Life, thank you so much for being here. Now you went up against Team Heretics and Gen G.
Koko China guys, Koko Chinese gang
都跟今天的2支队伍 GENG 和 Heretics 都已经交手过了，那你对这2支队伍作何评价呢？
我觉得 GENG 它是一个战术非常充足的队伍，以及教练组非常强劲。然后 TH 的话，我觉得是偏个人实力一点，然后对战术储备可能没有那么充足。对。
I think for GENG, actually they got a lot of strategy and really strong coach stuffs. And for TH, I think they played like powerful individuals, maybe not that much strategy compared to GENG, maybe.
Who do you think is going to be MVP of this series?
你觉得这张地图的 MVP 会是谁呢？
我觉得这张地图 MVP 会是 TH 的 Ryans.
I think it's gonna be Ryans from the Heretics.
Oh, that's very, very spicy, and I totally agree. But do you have a special message for our audience?
有没有什么特别的话想要对我们的观众们说的呢？
我想说大家，电子竞技的魅力就在于翻盘，翻盘的游戏才有意思。我们一起为 TH 加油
！Gelo. Si Mr. Tanting guys. L taunting. Wow, apakah kita akan melihat 2-1 atau 3-1 guys? Wow.
So close to what they've come to accomplish, to what they came here to do. And yeah, they're hungry. but the guttural growl of a tiger humbles hunger. And that's exactly what Gen G have done.
Texture and Lakia wreaking havoc amongst Team Heretics.
Keep it cool. That's how you survive.
14-8 for the duelist. The hour has struck and the man has appeared. And not a moment too soon. Gen G on the attack. A 3-2 split right now. And Rienz is going to spot
Oke, kalau dapat pistol harusnya menang si GENG, bro.
You have to assume there's more there. As the panel gets broken, the suck will hang on to Texture for just a moment, but now all eyes turning towards B. Rienz has joined the fold, but it's just him and Benji Fishy here for now.
Will be a free bomb plant for Gen G. But Heretics, they've been so good on retaking. And they have the time. They're so patient with it. But there wasn't a lot of utility invested from the side of Gen G themselves, so they have a counter.
Smoke towards paranoia towards the panel. ADATA falls.
The nade as well.
The flash almost makes it easier, and Texture's gonna drop him.
GENG kencang banget, guys.
Precipice of another pistol. Texture
GENG lagi kencang banget, bro. GENG, bro. Nggak bisa, bro, ya.
And they actually bought
Dua sama sih harusnya. Split, gua nggak tahu sih split ya.
Gen G bought him that ghost, so he had light armor. They understand that he's feeling it. They understand that he's on fire.
I mean, give the tools to your stars to succeed.
He didn't even need it.
And that's exactly what Gen G do.
17-8. Upgrades to a Phantom and armor.
Gila, full armor Phantom anjing. Phantomnya udah siapa yang beliin tuh, so?
Giving full support to the main duelist of their squad. Understanding how important it is for him to get going. Something they couldn't figure out on the last map. And now, Woot punished.
3 util, bro!
Sets of utility, Meteor.
Pushing his way forward, he got his one. But Heretics again, seeming like they'll end this round on just a Whimper. What a shot. So much for Whimper, but it's still just not enough. You still have 2 rifles you have to reckon with.
Cover going out.
There are sheriffs on Heretics, and we've seen them do some funny things with these guns, but what was that?
The joke is all Gen G's now. I'll find you. They're the ones hitting the punchline.
Nice.
Gen G get to 11. Heretics will be on a gun round. And it goes without saying, if they want to close this series...
Yang bisa ngalahin Gen G cuma Paperrex sama RRQ. Astaga.
The replay of that util bomb. Insane.
Di one-tap, bro, itu, bro.
Feels
Jangan
good
ngocok,
moment
bukan
for
ngocok.
Keren.
Gua gini, bro, liat nih.
He hasn't really had to do a ton.
Lagi mukul-mukulin paha, sakit. Nama ngocok. Nama ngocok, anjing.
Very deadly.
Paha gua gatel, guys. Lagi ngocok.
Slow CD.
Parah kalian ya. Parah ya kalian, guys, ya.
Meteor playing with complete confidence right now. And he's about to face Woot head-to-head, takes him out.
Sliver, kalian jorok pikiran itu.
The last 3 rounds of this half, he's
Lagi
been
gatel paha gua,
getting
cok.
obliterated. No chance whatsoever. Headshots, utility, you name it.
Gen G are going to try to rotate back A. Who's pretty close by.
Apa-apa, mereka juga suka, bang. Astaga.
There's presence on the other side.
Astaga kalian, guys. Parah, guys.
He will find safe passageway.
But the problem is, A side is completely open. If he gets pushed off of this door, and bomb goes
Siapa yang kocok? Paha gua tuh kayak dingin segatel-gatel gitu, gua ketepok-tepok, cok. Apa sih? Kenapa dikocok? Tepok-tepok nih.
Overthinking things, but they might actually catch Benji Fishy out of transition. He can't connect. The trade.
He got his one. Almost gets a second. It's messy though.
They're going back
30
again.
seconds left.
The triple pump fake.
Around the world. I mean, they've touched spawn like 4 or 5 times. It feels like. Actually, only 3, but.
Patek and Rienz in a high-low. Lakia falls. They're fighting back at this thing. They've gotten it down to a 1v2 with 13 seconds left. They don't have the spike. Munchkin has to go, and he has to go now. Even if he gets his kill, surely. Oh!
What?
Gosh! Munchkin! With X-ray vision!
How the hell did he know?
All he had to do was survive. But that's much easier said than done. Much easier contemplated than completed. Unreal. And so GENG get to map point. No real interest in slowing the clock down. Really no option for Heretics to do so anyway. One ult to their name. 4 Guardians and then a Phantom for Riens. GENG have obliterated Heretics. On Lotus.
Careful here.
They might obliterate them again on this C site. We're gonna go fade ult for fade ult. The deciding factor might be that showstopper from Texture. Just a little bait of the door. Drags a player away from C.
Riens with his ult at the ready. There's plenty of defense here.
Ayo bisa.
What's the Q? What's the go button? The smoke goes out. There it is. That's all little
Lah,
B.
Texture mati, kocak banget.
And that's going to cause a rotate. They're not even really interested in sticking around. They tap the door. They're going B, and it's going to be a foot race. Pat attack, forced to sit back and wait. Not able to pass the lava at his feet. And look at Keren, aggressive on the swing. A bold, perhaps reckless approach. But he bides his time. He's patient with it. Understanding he can play this as slowly as he wants, or he can speed up. Riens falls. Oh, they're all crumbling. They're all crumbling. Heretics trying to build fences, but GENG interested in digging tunnels. Boo, over the top. He gets another. Heretics not done yet.
These rounds are absolutely ridiculous. Almost a 5v3 for GENG. And Boo is the savior. Lakia, he did so much in the 1v2 up there that allows him to buy time and make this go down to a 1v1. He just couldn't close it out, but he had such a good chance.
Nembak apa Lakia, bro?
Boo just stripped it away from
Gua
him.
kocak, wey!
The real problem here is the lead that GENG have is, I mean, it's so great, Trey.
Yeah, it's a little too late right now for Heretics.
But if you're Heretics, you never say die.
It's always winnable. It's the mindset you have to have as a professional player. That's why they've gotten this far.
Oke, kakak 2 sama, bro.
See the spam through the orb. Benji Fishy keeping him back. Still plenty to go, but they're taking this step by step. Munchkin spotting one, taking a step back, and finally dealt with their Sentinel.
Oh, that connects.
And the Prowler to confirm presence. But Patek somehow staying alive, finally falling. Riens filling in on the space behind it. Well, that didn't go the way it was supposed to. Bouncing back, but he saw him anyway. The problem is here, Riens has no way to get out.
And I wonder if...
Yeah, they know he's there.
Does Leader use this ult? Yeah, he does. It's going to force Riens to have to swing.
Dude, Heretics, just fight. I don't know if they have a choice. They kind of have to go here. And they've been baited into their deaths. Boo's left in a 1v2. 85 HP, no armor. Can he prolong Lotus? Or is Split on the cards?
Spike planted.
Quietly moving forward. And just like that, GENG finds safe passage away. Tucking behind the wall.
Let's go!
Staying alive. GENG obliterate on Lotus. And Dre, the old saying goes is that every single banger ends on Split. And the dream of every grand final is to go 5 maps.
Oke guys, 2 sama untuk GENG guys ya, tapi gue ada pengumuman penting buat kalian semua. Di saat mungkin kalian terpuruk dalam kekalahan di 2-1, kalian bisa bangkit ke 2 sama. Itu sebuah percobaan yang emang keren ya guys ya, dari sebuah tim. Sebuah perjuangan yang luar biasa guys ya. So, dengan berat hati gue ingin mengucapkan Buat kalian semua, tetap semangat dan